Also making myself a new token with light
Pennsylvania
and
fight
everything.
time. What the fuck, Matthew?
What? What did I do this time?
Why did you write Transylvania fight time?
Well, it made sense at the time because you were clearly discussing Transylvania fights, which is the eternal battle between Romania and Hungary.
Yeah.
When we both know that deep down both of you should be part of Austria.
Wow. At least Hungary should.
Stop it!
Wow.
I love this, man.
I think we should not discuss about this because we have a session.
First of all, it's called Austria-Hungary, alright?
I woke up this morning and I chose violence.
What the fuck, man?
So I know, like Bill Burr was was he on Conan? And he was telling him, you send out some like really prolific sort of controversial tweets. He says, yeah. He says, and people do it wrong. See, the art is you've got to offend both sides. No matter what you say, you're going to offend someone. But the skill is to offend everyone.
What a Gia Chad.
What he said was, so I said on this tweet, it was like, Trump is so bad he's actually going to make me vote for a woman.
All right.
Wow. Wow.
To get the left and the right angry at him. Like, mwah. Yes, Bill, you fucking
He's
legend.
giving them a common.
And she still asked, and she still asked.
Give people a common enemy, and everyone will be united.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
What's funny?
On the UK with the ex-prime minister, that woman. It was a challenge between her and a fucking lettuce who will last longer and the lettuce.
Oh yeah, I saw that. They were Truss versus a head of lettuce.
Oh,
Hilarious one, guys.
Hello, 80s John. There'll be more now. Understood. Brain, please engage.
You think it can't get any worse, but it somehow does.
What the fuck am I doing? Oh yeah, that reminds me. Yes, I do remember what I was doing now. It's a trouble when I'm trying to think about something whilst also doing something else. It just really doesn't want to happen. Right.
Well, thank you, Twitch. I really love viewing ads on a stream that I am a part of.
Yeah. So good.
It's all right. It's all revenue. It's all good.
Yes, pay your taxes. Why aren't you subscribed?
Because not everybody has a credit card.
This is an excellent time to use your Amazon Prime.
Again, not everybody has a credit card.
I'm a broke boy, okay? You think I can just afford something like this?
Yeah, man. We're
In
not
this
making
economy?
enough money.
Cool, there we go. That's everything all here. Story update. Oh. Yeah, so we're not going to be stretching this 25 years. Two reasons. One, it's just going to get too big, and it's like so little happens up until like a very short space of time. So it's going to be, it's just to make your efforts less wasted, just, finding fuck all. Oh, we got push on that as well. Yeah, Kian, you're somehow managing to get like the push link, not the view link.
Oh wait, hold on. I think I have it here now. Copy to clipboard and paste. I think this one should be.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, okay, we're good.
Let me just connect to Twitch as well.
Blah. What? Oh. We have a Kian.
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
General Kenobi.
Oh yes, negotiator.
I should have a drink in front of me. I might make another massive tea.
Oh yeah, I made myself a cup just before we started here.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a massive tea while I wait everybody to file it. So we're missing so Viata is gonna be in. We just don't have oh, look at text.
Second, I think it didn't. It wasn't send it. I will send it again. A second. Let me just get my phone. Let me put it on Discord right now again because I see that you didn't receive it, and right now, look again.
1 second, my dude. Potching.
Yeah, no worries.
Ah, yes. Absent.
Ah,
He's
yes,
one of
the
our
Pringles
players.
can. The eternal Pringles can. This is my new trademark.
You said my feed is correct, right?
Well, yeah, boys.
Yeah, we haven't got a video of you though. What's
Yeah,
happening? there?
that's intentional just yet. I'm gonna turn it on in a second. I just have to first update the character's token picture along with it, and it's updated. Have a new
Well-
nice glow effect and everything, and camera picture is coming in right now.
Boom. And we have a Victor.
Nice.
So a fractal.
Have you received the
Yep.
link?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Just potch with that right now.
Ah, yes, I
Properties.
see that Victor has come prepared with. I see that Victor has come prepared with the standard
Wait.
Sith tattoo.
Yeah, you've sent the push as well. You got the push
Oh.
link.
Yeah.
1 moment. I'll get my Obi-Wan hood too, if we're gonna do this.
Obi-Wan Hood, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
That's,
Yeah, it's not
that's
Sith
good.
tattoos. It's because Kifar have
Well,
Yeah,
guys,
additional tattoos.
I have something to show. Okay, can you see me? Okay.
Yeah.
I have the biggest achievement in my whole life in my room.
He's got a shiny microphone, but he didn't have a stand, so he's using a Pringles can.
Yeah.
Nice.
It works.
Pringles can we
It
trust?
works. I use it. Very, very based. I'm not using it for naughty stuff, okay?
Jesus, level 8 already. Okay, I'll add the community challenge. Let's do this.
I need to flex with something except my Pringles can. So I'm going to say just this. Do you know Morbius?
Morbius, wasn't it like?
Ah, yes, the
Morbius.
best Marvel movie.
One of the movies of all time. Yes, I'm
I have a
familiar.
poster.
One of the
I have a-
movies of all
I have a
time.
poster from fucking cinema with Morbius in my room.
That is impressive. I commend you.
I really hope now when they've basically bullied the studio into making a sequel. It's like, oh yeah. We all forgot to turn up. Make another one. We'll definitely turn that one. I honestly God, I so hope everyone just turns up to the cinema. I'm going to the cinema to see the second one.
Yeah.
Just to fuck with them.
We hold a gun to their head, just like, do it, motherfucker.
Just walk up and they go, hey, that did really well. Maybe they didn't. Yeah. Make a third one now. Or they just pour a shit ton of money into the third one and then no one turns up again.
Oh, sorry, guys. We all collectively had work that day, and we didn't realize.
It was a petition to put it at the third time in the fucking theaters. It's so good. The movie is so good. I recommend it. It's the best movie from Blade to Morbius ever existed.
Currently, my dad is watching the new trilogy. I forgot which one it was in the new trilogy, but he's watching the new trilogy downstairs. So I don't know. It's just Star Wars theme, so I thought I'd bring that up.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know if I should either be proud of him for watching Star Wars or choke him out.
Put him.
Was
yeah,
he watching?
It's good, but
New trilogy.
no. You put him to doom.
But wait, I thought you said he was watching Star Wars.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, but the Disney trilogy, I think.
Yes, that's not Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Put
worst
him
part
to
is
watch
that he's
Andor. Put
enjoying
him
it.
to watch Andor,
Loves it.
basically, if you want.
Well,
Yeah, there's the new thing sorted up. They're just probably going to get some more shit sort of poured into that now. Oh, I need one more thing open. I thought you said he's watching us because it was Star Wars themed. I thought, Jesus, a bit of pressure on you then, huh?
Oh yeah, no, he's
Yeah, but the detail
he's
is
watching the new
sequels.
trilogy. Yeah.
The best movies ever made by Star Wars. I wanna rip them their necks so bad.
I tell you what, Disney's attempt it sure does give a completely different perspective to the original, the prequels. Start looking at them very differently now.
And that was the secret technique. They made the new trilogy so shit that everything else that came before it is amazing compared to it. Even like the previous shit.
It's an advanced strategy.
Well, I mean, the prequels are way better than they first came. They first hit me as anyway, because they had to, and I kind of figured I kind of sussed this out. So I watched I watched the original movies, then I watched the prequels. I thought, well, they seemed a little bit bollocks, lots of politics, very little going on. And it's just like lots of details I really weren't picking up on the nuances and just waiting for it to get to the action, and it just seemed to be so little of it. And that was the kind of vibe that I had from them. Then I, watched Star Wars Clone Wars, followed by Rebels.
As a very good show.
Yeah, and then saw the prequels again and went, oh shit, they had some serious...
That is probably the best thing about Clone Wars, is that it makes all of the prequel trilogy just so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's so much, and it's like, oh, that's what's actually going on there. That's what all this shit and this talking about. This is what this politics about. That's what this is about. And I thought, wow, imagine trying to balance 3 movies to work with a trilogy as a standalone, but also work with a trilogy and all the expanded universe stuff. Because that's what they had to do, right? Because it changes it. It's like... It reminds me of like the Matrix trilogy. If you watch the first film as a standalone film, the conclusion is completely different than when you see it in the series of the trilogy. Because like, oh, he can stop bullets and he can fly. And it's like, okay, so these are special powers he has, but everything else he's pretty much just normal, just much faster. But it's like, no. The way that they portrayed it at the end of the Matrix movie, that's what he said, was, I'm going to free everyone. And there is nothing you can do about it. Because in the Matrix, he is God, right? He could not just fly because he can fly. He can fly because he can literally do anything in the Matrix, and that's the way they portrayed the first movie. It's the point that you cannot kill him, right? He's now unkillable. He can subvert death. He can subvert anything. He can rewrite the Matrix, because that's what Morpheus kept saying. He can rewrite the Matrix as he sees fit. He basically has godlike powers, and that was the idea of because the first movie concluded. That was the end of the old Matrix story. But when they created the trilogy, they had to sort of almost reinterpret the first movie in order to stretch it out for another 2 movies. Or 4 now. 3 now. 4 in total. But it's almost like that, where it's like the first, because like the first movies, it was like goodies have blue lasers, baddies have red lasers. Right? It's sci-fi fantasy, fucking it's a very simple narrative. There's no complexity to it. The big twist is I am your father. Beyond that, everything is pretty much, Mickey Mouse. But yeah, so when they did the expanded universe, they had to reinterpret it. There suddenly needed to be more depth to, the dark side is not necessarily evil and the light isn't necessarily good, right? It's not necessarily this battle between good and evil. It's more complex than that. So when they made the prequels, it had to like make sense if you've only seen the first 3 films, but then have that sort of depth and stuff, so you can almost reinterpret the prequels to make sense in the extended universe as well. So it's like, and then quite recently I watched an interview with one of the scriptwriters, because he was constantly arguing with George Lucas, because George Lucas just had no respect for the expanded universe whatsoever. He just didn't believe any of his canon. He's like, nah, fuck that. Good guys have blue lasers. And he's and he said he was so not only these. So these writers not only had to sort of battle George Lucas, but they also tried to try and find this balance between the two. So yeah, I've got a totally different kind of respect now for the prequels. We've already got.
If you watch the Clone Wars, to be honest.
Are we already up to 3k on this party level? How the fuck have you got 2k to just dump on this, Matt?
I still have 11k channel points.
Fuck.
Contributed
I
directly.
mean, this is the thing,
there's
Taffy.
Taffy,
I'm
there's-
trying to use as many points as I can. I had 25k to start with, and I've been blowing them slowly over the last couple of weeks.
What the
but-
man?
But there's only so many I could spend.
I can't hold on to all
I'm
of these community
limited by
points.
the number of redeems you have.
It says,
The man.
it says that people accumulate approximately 200 points an hour. So I think, well, a 3-hour stream, most people are going to have 600 points a session if everybody's paying attention. So that's only when you're following and you're clicking the chest button. So you're engaged. Yeah, so it's amazing like how much is I massively underestimated the amount of points that people are going to get.
I think it's more a case that I've got just a horde.
A backlog,
of points
yeah. I
saved
think
up.
it's a massive backlog.
Because I've watched practically every stream that's ever been on this channel. So
Yeah.
Legend. Well, I got
you
65,000.
got it.
I got 65,000 on Taffy.
Damn.
Taffy flexing his own community points on the thing that he does.
I got 65k. I've obviously on the tabletop arcade you got infinite. You don't accumulate, which is a really weird thing that you could sort of set. You could like claim your own sort of rewards. It's really weird, but oh. Anyway, I suppose it's for testing. Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah,
It's probably for
probably.
testing. Yeah.
I also probably got a load during the Feroz streams because I think you get a slightly extra if you're actually the one who's streaming on the channel.
Ah, maybe.
Yeah, that might explain why I have 30k
could.
almost as well.
Yeah, being a sub really boosted it as well because it's 200 if you're just a follower, so it's more if you're subscribed.
Oh yeah, by the way, now that you mention it,
Hey! Cheers, Victor. Right, anyway, let's make this massive tea and let's get on with this fucking game. Right.
Alright.
Big cup. I'll do this the last.
So how are you guys?
Be good.
Oh, it's good. I've been playing Victoria Free most this week. It's been fun playing as Austria, controlling Hungary and Romania.
Not
the
Hungary,
devs
not
still haven't
Hungary, not
replied.
Romania.
The devs still haven't replied to my tweet about renaming it.
Yeah. Let's not make it political, not for now, please.
It's
I
not
think-
about politics, it's about historically accurate shit. It was officially the name.
I mean, it was the name, but technically after the Treaty of Vienna, I think it does just become the Austrian Empire. Because by that point, the HRE's been dismantled.
Yes. It depends on how much influence and autonomy is the borderline between being the monarchy of the two or being just ruled by Austria. But that's getting into politics, so
Yeah, let's talk about Star Wars, please. Not
just one more thing. It's not political, it's respect. If you respect the Habsburg ruler family, the last living member was living in Hungary and proclaimed Hungary as the inheritor of the empire, so fuck off.
I like that, to be honest.
So, how many Ewoks did kill my character?
Be ready.
How many
What
Ewoks
a-
does it take to
what
kill a rabbit?
question! What a good question.
This is the question as old as time. How many Ewoks does it take to kill a rabbit?
I just realized that I need to change that. I need to make a bit of a tweak to the stream. Give me 1 second.
At least
Daffy?
seven.
This is Star
question, we
Wars'
have a big
version
dilemma.
of how many
We have a big
how many men
dilemma.
does it
What
take
is
to
the
change a light
dilemma?
bulb?
How many Ewoks do we need to kill the rabbit?
How many Ewoks to kill the rabbit? What?
Yeah.
I mean, it's my character's backstory, Taffy,
got
that
that
I
one.
died in a hail of Ewok fire as they
It's the,
swarmed from the forest in a giant wave.
it's the question as old as the Star Wars universe itself. It's Star Wars' version of how many men does it take to change a light bulb.
All right.
Good fucking one.
Where's chat box? Chat box. Chat box. Chat box. Chat box. Chat highlight. No. What? Alert box? No. It's gonna be on you. Where are you? Chat. Ah, chat box. Okay, so we need opacity, font size. Where's opacity? Font size, don't worry about that. Hide message after, chat delay. No, I don't need a chat delay. Muted, custom bad words. What? No. Type you want. I don't give a fuck. Just as long as it doesn't get us banned, that's all I give a shit. So why can't I do opacity? Why? What? Yeah, and I've gone fully dark on that. Note this background color is for preview purposes only, will not be shown in your streaming software. What do you mean? How do I change? Wow, it really doesn't?
Just put a black cube behind it.
Oh, that's annoying. Is it visible okay enough for people? I think it should be, shouldn't it? How does it actually look on the stream? Let's have a look.
I mean, it's somewhat
visible, but
okay.
it's,
It
like,
gets weird
small.
once it gets into the galaxy and it starts, all the white spirals start mixing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to turn the opacity up with the background of that, but it's apparently it's not an option for some fucking reason.
Yeah, which is why I'm saying about whether or not it's just like put like a black box behind it.
Yeah, I'll do that now. I'll just add a color behind it and just change the opacity of that. So we go there and we'll just do. Can I just color? Is there no color? Color? Image. Color source. Perfect. Chat background. Perfect. Yep, that's exactly what I was after. Excellent.
Oh god.
We go black. Yes. Okay. Right.
The entire stream is.
Disappeared.
Oh wait, never mind. That's just.
It just needs to resize it. It's right. It's fine. We're just doing it live. This is the classic amount of scuff expected of a TTA stream.
Yes. We do that, and then bring that over there.
Oh,
Yes.
I won't have camera picture for a second because my food got here and I'm eating.
Yeah, but we want to see what you're eating.
Make
Yeah,
it
let's
make
do
it make it
mukbang.
impromptu mukbang.
Yeah, let's do mukbang.
I have no idea what mukbang is, but.
It's it's ASMR, but it's just people eating. It's really weird.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Nico
don't
Cabo
want
avocado
to.
style. Nico
I
Cabo
don't
avocado
want to show it cause I'm afraid I'm gonna pull a Tyler one.
style. Oh, touche.
I have no idea what Tyler one means, but well, I know who he is. But like, what does it have to do with Tyler one?
The guy several times tried to show his food to the camera and
food.
spilled it all over the keyboards.
Yeah. But man, he has a nasty keyboard as well if you watched it.
Yeah, it's probably like a crusty keyboard by now. Oh.
Yeah,
Well-
but if you're curious, I'm eating these Kuritos that are the KFC quesadilla or something like that.
Filters. There you go. Jesus. Color key, chroma key.
What you doing?
Color correction. Image mask blend, maybe. Opacity. Yes. What? Did that work? No, it didn't. Why didn't that work? Filters. Why is this not working? Right, okay, so that doesn't work. So it's not image, that bollocks, right? What is it then? Chroma key, apply LULT. I just want to make it opaque. Crop color key. Chroma key. Chroma key should work. Chroma key, there we go. Custom. Select color. A blacko.
Chroma key is the green screen effect. It just takes the color out of it.
Excellent. Opacity. Did that work? No. Why did that work?
No,
Well, now it's completely invisible.
because chroma key will just straight up cut the color out.
Yeah, I was only wanting to cut some of the color out. That's why I thought opacity on this would work. Okay, if we go slightly off black, and then similarity, bring that down to 0. That down to 0, that down to 0. Okay, that's too similar still. Alright, we'll go that color then. Oh, it's chroma. Oh. Fuck. Just... How about that? Ooh, wait. Yes. That worked. It's a bit of a arse backwards way of doing it, but it worked.
Please confirm changes.
Yes. Yes. Just give it any arsehole color and you can do it. Yeah. Perfect. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking.
Clean.
Magic.
You're scaring me, but okay.
So just off myself and bring that off there. So it's... That is beautiful. Look at that now. That's way better. Oh, lush. There we are. Oh, look at this. We've just lost Kian. Is that because he's currently kicking the shit out of his little sibling? They're coming and going, what you doing? You know damn well what I'm doing. I'm live now. Fuck off.
Well, I've never experienced this because I'm the little brother.
Yeah, you're the one that's doing it. Like, you know, just you can't help yourself.
I am the problem.
Yeah, it's like, you know, with the little brother story, he's like, oh, my big brother used to kick the shit out of me all the time. Yeah, every single fucking time you were literally asking for it. They just can't help it, man. That's what kids do, though. They do it. They don't just do it with their siblings. They do it with adults as well. They push boundaries. They want to know where those boundaries are.
I got him out. He came in here, like, barging in, looking for some shit, and refused to leave until he found it. I swear to God. I was gonna... I told him about this, like, earlier as well. I was like, hey, don't come into the room. Like, if you need anything, like, grab it now, because I'm going to be, like, on a live stream. He said, oh, sure. Comes in, like, not literally half an hour later, it says, hey, I need something, and... Okay, sorry about that.
It's like, do you actually need it?
He's
Or
a
have you convinced yourself you need it because it's an opportunity to irritate your bigger brother? All right, cool, excellent. We're all here. So just a recap on what the fuck is going on for people who don't know. So this is the prologue campaign for a Star Wars Westmarch, which is going to be run on Tabletop Arcade. The whole premise of this is it's an agency which people join after death. It's very morbid, isn't it? They pulled across from all of space and time. We do have people here that are come from the Old Republic. There's some from the New Republic with the Clone Wars and the post-Battle of Yavin even as well, we have here. They all got pulled to this massive white room with this weird sort of race. If you guys are curious of what race that is, have a look, search up the Daibendu order. It's a very ancient order. The species that started that, they're a bovine-like species. They're completely extinct across the galaxy now. He explains to them that this facility is used as a form of study, where they're able to travel to certain points in space and time and make some changes and then measure the result of those changes. And that's about as all the party knows as far as what the hell's going on. What they've been tasked with is to stop Bane's rule of 2 coming into volition. If you don't know what Bane's rule of 2 is, I'm just going to assume you know what Star Wars is, so I'll just start with the Bane thing. So the Sith operate, there's only ever 2 of them. One master, one apprentice. One to embody the Force and the other to crave it. And this was designed, this is Bane's dogma, this is Bane's philosophy for the Sith. So this happened 1,000 years before the Battle of Yavin. So that's when they blew up the big Death Star. And because up until that point they had the Brotherhood of Darkness, so there was a shit ton of Sith. But Bane saw it as a flawed system. So he completely annihilated the Sith existing order and started anew in secret, in the shadows, without anybody in the public knowing about it. That's what all the party knows. That's all what the players know. And now it's what you guys know. So given this sort of point, they can go back as far as 1005 BBY, because it's 1000 BBY, so before the Battle of Yavin. 1000 BBY is when the thought bomb goes off, and that's when Bane is going to be just lost. There's good luck finding him after that. Also, it's going to be near damn impossible to stop him, even if you could find him, because he is literally one of the most powerful Force sensitives in Star Wars history. And he also has an apprentice at that point. So, and and Darth Zana is no fucking pussy either.
Yeah, didn't like Darth Zana beat him? Like, cause
and the way that she beat him as well. Her mastery of Sith sorcery is terrifying, absolutely terrifying.
So we can't. Also, if you're new, the reason why we can't just like end game go back to like when they suggest in end game go back to when he was a kid and then just
because they don't know where the fuck he was. Nobody knows where he came from. Apart from those who've read the novels. But that's fourth wall. That's meta knowledge. Cool then. So we're talking about nuclear war and stuff. Cool. So yeah, that's where you guys at. So going back up to 5 years. Why going to 5 years? I'll double check on that now. I did decide you might be able to go. I might allow you to go back a bit further than that. It really has to be 1005 BBY. The thing is, the story of Bane, it's like an awful lot happens in a very short space of time. But, you know, I know it kind of gives you a bit of a spoiler, but they're going to go back 1005 BBY. So the machine, in its current state, can only send you back. It can only connect you to a 5-year span in time. However, it does cover the whole galaxy, so you can go wherever. So where are you guys going? Remember, you can go forward in time. You can also effectively teleport. Decide charges. How many charges you're going to have. Let's roll a D for this. Let's somebody give me a D12.
A D12?
D12, go.
The first come up then was Matthew.
I've cursed everyone.
You're doing this in...
So you're allowed 3 jumps forward in time. Let's say, you're allowed 3 jumps. So that could be forward in time. It could also be to a different space. So you can use it to get to a destination very conveniently, but it is going to cost you a charge. So, you know, try to get past customs if you can. Obviously, if you're going to get your butts to Korriban, I mean, you could start on Korriban. It's not a dumb place to start. That is the only known location. Other than that, it's Ruson. So there's only two known locations where Bane was at. He was on Korriban, then he went when he did his training, and then he went to Ruson, which is where the Brotherhood of Darkness and the Army of Light met in almost mutual annihilation. So the story ends in Ruson, and his story prior to Ruson was in Korriban. You don't know where he's been prior to that.
In that case, starting in Korriban sounds like the best place.
I agree.
Yeah.
Sounds most.
Okay.
Go there.
Yeah, we don't have anywhere else, so we may as well.
Let's follow the smart rabbits.
Okay.
You guys
can-
can all sign up as trade Sith, and I could just be running supplies.
Oh, wait, so do you want us to be like bodyguards for you, or?
No, you just sign up for the training course. I'll just be a completely unrelated individual who is also there.
Didn't we already discuss that that's a bad idea?
So
Fine.
wait. Yeah, we should probably get this settled first. How are we going to be doing this? Are we going in like just as you suggested, like traders or whatever
No.
you do?
I mean, the more Force sensitive among us, it makes sense for you to go in and pretend to be new trainee Siths. You know, just get in the program, take up positions there.
That. So.
I
Already
think I'm
have-
already too strong to trick them into thinking I'm a new one.
I already have. So our weapons.
I love the way
how are
you.
we going to...
I love the way the Victor is playing this character. It's just completely ignorant.
Yeah.
I'm already too powerful to be accepted into Korriban. Like it's just like nah, doing like
not to mention
peak,
the fact that they
doing
fear
like peak Force Wars. this Sith elite academy. I'm too powerful for this place.
I'll just, I'll do the normal stuff. I'll just be a classic. Oh, I'm not a Sith. I'm just here to help. Bring you food.
It's not unlike the Sith. Actual fact, can everybody give me a lore check, please?
I am not good at these.
Ah, yes.
However, Kian, you will be at advantage because you are from only just 5 years after this. You lived through this time period.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yes,
Benefits
Lord.
coming from the
Oh
Yep.
shit.
Oof.
I rolled particularly high on my
So-
compared to my intelligence.
Nice. We have a. Is that a 7 or a 6, Alex? Alexander. I'm guessing that's the
It's
answer.
7. It's a 7.
It is a 7. I said a 7, a 6 or a 7. Okay, 7. So, well, it's bugger all anyway. There's a bit of a moot point asking that question, I suppose. So we have a 7 and a 6. So, yeah, you guys know very little about this place. You do know that, I mean, at some point it was Sith. You know, it's some Sith. I think in your time period, this is pretty much like a Republic tourist hotspot. Much of the old stories of the Sith, the spirits of the old Sith lords wandering the valleys and stuff is just myth as far as you're concerned. Kian, you know differently. You know, the Korriban, although being relatively stripped at this point, you are aware that there is a lot of dark side energy there. You do know that Korriban at this time is basically Sith Lord HQ. This is where the greatest and most powerful Darksiders go to train. The current climate, the same. Okay, Marlo, you also know that as well. You and Marlo know a little bit about the terrain. So the Korriban, maybe you've been there before. It's entirely up to yourselves, but you do know the climate. It's the gravity is a little bit heavier than a standard gravity. It's about 1.4 standard gravities. It's cold, it's dry, it's desert. It's very treacherous sort of land. What do we have on Korriban? I'm trying to think of what kind of wildlife I I don't know if there's any sort of major wildlife there. Primary terrain. Yeah, deserts, swamps, there's tombs, ruins. Think Egypt, modern Egypt.
Maybe like scorpions or like other desert type creatures, except I don't really know what sort of creatures there would be there. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some gnarly stuff. You got colloquial slug or whatever. I don't fucking know. Shirax. Tarantatex. There is some pretty gnarly wildlife here, but it's not as bad as, you know, the likes of sort of Tatooine, and certainly not the likes of Dathomir. Dathomir. Yeah. So where exactly on
So it's
Korriban
not
you guys
too
want to set
bad.
up? You want to go near the academy? You could get pinpointed right smack bang in the middle of it. Or you, just up to the entrance and go, hi, we've come here
I mean,
to...
it depends how accurate you can get us in. I mean, can you get us in the janitor's closet, or is it a case that we're just going to put randomly?
I
in a
don't
corner?
see... to a certain
I don't
degree of accuracy, they could get you inside the academy itself, if that's where you'd like to go.
I mean, this is the thing. It's whether it's
Don't
just
think
some position in the
don't
academy,
think-
and we just materialize in front like a load of random
I
people,
don't think
or if
going
they can get us
inside the
clear in like an
academy-
empty room.
Yeah, it won't expose
going
you.
inside-
Like, it's not going to expose you or anything. So it's going to be...
Yeah, if we could get in an empty room, this is the thing. You could just say you're students, so we could just
I know, but no. If you find like literally anyone there who keeps any records, you're fucked. So
Yeah,
Well, that
and
was
we
the
already
plan.
know.
We were
like,
looking for the
what the fuck are
records
you?
anyway. Okay,
yeah,
so
we could just. That's actually a good idea. Yeah, we just teleport in. We suppose it's them. Find until somebody spots us, and then deal with them. Actually, wait, no, because if they're strong, then we're kind of screwed.
You
'cause
can kind of
they
rock up
could
onto
either-
the front gate and go, hey, we want to sort of join the sort of resistance. Fuck the Republic.
That's probably it's the safest bet. Yeah, just be
okay,
like, you know,
so we'll
man,
appear
fuck
like
the Jedi. All my homies hate the Jedi.
appear a mile or two out, walk up to the place and say, "Hey, we'd like to sign up.
It's
This
not,
is our
it's not
rabbit
insane.
slave."
Oh, right, yeah,
support
that is
the
it. Yeah,
mission.
sorry, that was the other thing. Yeah, so that's what you know. So for the 18, you'd also be aware that at this time that slaves were very much a thing amongst the sort
Yeah.
of the empire. It's not so crazy to rock up. This is my slave, you know. Where I go, they go.
Oh, this is my pet rabbit. Would also
He's
like to
starving.
enroll.
Starving.
I am an adorable rabbit. Why would you hurt me?
Let's pet him.
Aw, you know what? He does make a very good point. He is very cute.
I will try to do an insight.
I'm just sort of thinking now. Sorry, multitasking, and I'm god awful at it. Yeah, if you guys you see the class resource on your character sheet.
Yeah.
Those of you with force points, can you put your force points in the box in the top left?
Oh,
that
okay.
don't already have.
Force. Is it in powers or is it in?
No, on your core sheet. So
Do
just
you
literally
mean-
just below your floors.
Do you mean
Okay.
force remaining? Because force points is the sorcerer-like resource. Sorcery point-like resource.
Yeah, well, you've got you'll have you got a force point. And there's a little bit above it where you can put your maximum in there.
Like this?
Force points. Done. The main sheet. Oh wait, you mean?
Like the points we're using for the force powers, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tech powers.
yeah.
Tech powers too.
Yeah, that's
And-
what confused me. Because force points are the name of the sorcery points of the system.
Yeah, sorcery point. That's precisely what I mean.
Don't you mean spell points?
My knowledge, it says there's force points and tech points, and those are what you use to cast spells. Not
Then
Right.
why did they name it the same thing?
What?
You won't want to red
You've
bar
only
on me,
got you've
Taffy.
only got force points. What
I'm
other
fine,
force points?
Taffy.
No, okay, so
Yeah.
force points are the things that you cast spells from, right?
Yes.
Force points are also the things that you use to apply what this game's equivalent of meta magic.
Yes. You use the same resource for both.
Oh. Oh, so the multi-class thing modifies that as well.
fun.
I see. I thought it was two different resources.
No, it's not two different resources. It's the same resource.
Okay.
And it's the same resource that Guardians use for like force empowered strikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
understand now. Okay.
What the hell?
it's basically just spell slots, except located in different places. They're located.
guys,
like,
you
close
don't
to
you
points
don't you
with
don't
access
need
slots.
to do this. I've got this because I can bind it to the character sheet. See. Oh.
No, wait. Is that my number of force points? Because I thought I had 10.
Well, then you've got the wrong thing in your character sheet.
Does Guardians get 2 times the Guardian level, so 5 times.
Okay, let's have a look.
Oh,
at your
that.
character sheet.
Experience points.
Yeah,
those
you've
are
got
from
channel.
the
You've
last-
got channel the force in there. See, where you've got
Oh,
where
sorry.
you got channel the force, top left hand corner. That's where I want you to put your force points / tech points.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Because that's effectively what I'm going to be using for your quote unquote metachlorian counts. Make sense?
Yeah.
Because you're about to enter the Sith Academy now, and how powerful you are in the Force is probably going to have a lot to do with whether or not they're going to accept you.
So I have 2 channel the force and 10 force points. So
All right, we have some people that are relatively strong. Yeah, there's a lot of people here that are going to have no problem getting accepted.
Also on the nameplate you can just write Marlow on mine so it's shorter and doesn't take up so much screen space.
Yeah, it's fine.
Alright.
No, wrong one. So, we're having a punt at seeing where we can go in the building, is it? No. Oh, I don't want to use the token. Use a selected token.
No, I think the plan was
Oh,
outside,
it's
from the
just
main
outside.
entrance.
Okay, gotcha.
So
outside, then
there's the
go
risk
in.
we just get teleported in and just immediately get captured and sent to mega prison.
Very good prison. Right. He's no longer there.
why am I?
Big.
My God, the rabbit is huge.
As is my right.
Big rabbit.
God damn it. More space. Wait, I don't know. This would be easier, wouldn't it? This would be way better.
I mean, for the record, I am a small creature, but okay.
How the
Not to
hell?
skill.
How the hell do so many of you have so many force points?
Class.
Because they're better than you.
I know, but I should have 10 though.
On your character sheet when you have resources, do you have the force points in the left or the right box?
No, he doesn't have it in the top left-hand box. He's got channel the force in the top left-hand box.
Pop
So I
them
told you
around.
that's where
Yeah.
you need to put force points, because that's what I've bound
Yeah,
to the
oh.
token.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Put force points to the left.
Okay, I'm gonna change the name now to this is force points, and this is just channel the force.
There.
Man, I'd be really screwed if I didn't.
Why do I have 15 and you have 20? Wow.
What class are you?
I'm Sentinel.
That's why.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's still get more than me. I'm Guardian.
Yeah. So it looks like you got two consulars, a sentinel and a guardian. That's pretty much what it should look like.
Yeah.
I'm a consular and the guardian at the same time. So.
Oh, you're a
Fuck yeah.
multi-class.
That's
Oh,
right.
oh,
Man.
screw you.
Well, it's basically Sentinel with extra steps.
Wait, so you're telling me the Guardian is a tank that also does damage? That just sounds like Sentinel with extra steps.
This is fine.
Yeah,
This
God,
is
if you
all
think of it as your consulars are like a divine soul sorcerer at base. The guardians are paladins on steroids, and the sentinel is exactly what the Valabard has always wanted to be.
The best class.
It's what the Valbard wishes it could be, but
Yeah.
it's too lame to know.
Yeah, it does sacrifice 1/3 caster, so you're like a 2/3 caster instead of a full caster.
It's still better than a half caster, because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
66 over 50.
Oh yeah. Okay, so can everybody see everybody's shit? Apart from obviously you can't see Esther's force points because it doesn't have any.
I
No,
can't see
Kato.
Esther's. I can't see
Yeah.
Esther's hit points, but other than that, yeah.
I'm not supposed to have a second bar because
I can see Kate.
It's Kato is the one that's wrong, Taffy.
Yeah.
Oh no, but Esther's HP doesn't show either. So yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
we'll
Esther's
fix-
hit 8 points don't show for me.
Okay, yeah, let's see what that is. Right, should be visible now. Come
Yeah,
on.
can you do?
Yep.
Can you do for Kate as well? Because, for example, I cannot see it.
Yeah, I can only do one at a time. I can't do them simultaneously. Right, okay, so that's Esther fixed. Right, Kato. Right, so what was missing on this one?
Everything is missing on Kato except
Every-
name.
Oh yes. There we go. Yes, there we go.
Good.
Yeah, because I said you've got that through the weave through the tether. I don't know what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it tether. I'm just going to keep using different words until one sticks. I'll just go with that. We'll call it tether for now because I don't want to use weave because that's kind of D&D stuff. So through the tether, you're all sort of bound together through the through this thread. So communication done psychically across time and space between you. So meta knowledge and all that wonderful bullshit. That's just sort of saves, fucking about. So Fractal's not in, so we've not got one of them. Esther Yodevo is going to be there. Yoro is going to be there. Kato is there, and then Victor is there, and then I did that completely wrong. That's meant to be there, and that one there. Yeah. Perfect. So we have you guys. Awesome. So, yeah, all right. You drop off a Coloban. Let's see, what time of day? D24. Around about afternoon time. Time's just gone past the sort of center of the sky. As you can hear the can I bring that out? I'm probably not able to bring that out. Never mind, I'll just pop it up on the screen here. That would be much easier. I just need to have my notes available on another screen so I can just reference them without it slowing everything down. There we are. NPCs. There we go. So, Grimwalkers, Dark Lords, what's it talking about? What? Ah, yeah. So as you sort of approach, you arrive at effectively like the airport. You find yourself inside an empty hangar. There's a few sort of old boxes and stuff used for storage. And you could see a few sort of ships sort of land and take off. The sky has this sort of like an orange hue to it. There's no one else in the hangar other than you guys. Also no craft. Looks probably one that's been in the most of disrepair.
Are we sure that the place is active right now?
Oh yeah, you could hear the craft sort of landing and taking off. You can hear it busy
Oh.
outside of the hangar. It's just
Yeah.
dead inside this hangar.
Head out into the public areas and get going towards the academy, I guess.
Yeah.
Where's the academy? I'm like sorry, but I'm not really in the mood of walking miles unknown to where we are going.
Well,
Also, give me some of your spare bags. Let me carry the luggage. Make it look like I'm a slave.
Immediately drops the bag on the rabbit.
Well,
Let me carry your burdens, my lord.
well, I can help you, Rabbit, if you need.
No. I am
I-
but a simple servant.
I just realized something that might be a problem. We want to enroll, right?
mm-hmm.
So wouldn't it be kind of suspicious that some of us already has lightsabers?
Yeah, a few of you do have lightsabers.
Also, what is your colors? That's also important, I think.
I mean, you could just claim you were trained in some remote backwater by some Sith, someone or another.
Well, I think
Is that a
Kato's.
thing?
Well, I think Kato's is red. You're the one that's trained off a holocron, didn't you? Trained by a Dark Jedi holocron.
Yeah, and it's almost like you wanted to say something, but we hear nothing, and we see like 2 frames per second in the picture.
Yeah, if Kian, if you're speaking, we can't hear you.
Yeah, he's speaking, I can see the camera, but like, no voice.
Massively delayed. Well, assuming you'll sort of resync, rejoin. Problems will resolve themselves, maybe, probably, hopefully. No, nothing, no one taking the lead.
Well, there is one more person here who, Alexander, what's your lightsaber color? Just to make sure they won't like murder us immediately.
It's yellow. Why?
It's a bit not Sith-like, I believe.
So? Exar Kun used the fucking blue lightsaber.
Yes, but Marlowe is from the Clone Wars era, and their
Yeah,
knowledge
fair.
of the Sith is what
They always have red
said,
ones, don't
we
they?
know, yeah.
I think at some point it was like purple and red were only acceptable, and eventually only red became acceptable because purple sort of signified that you'd sometimes channel the light, which was seen as weakness, even though canonically Sidious uses the light side as well. And I mean,
Yeah,
I use that
it's
Legends
weird.
canon. I don't know about Star Wars. I don't give a fuck about Star Wars. Star
It's
Wars
weird
canon.
because Traya
Disney.
also has purple ones, and yeah.
Well, maybe we just hide the lightsabers really well for now, and get new ones when we get inside. If you're...
Yeah. Sure. Rabbit, you don't have a lightsaber. I'm not giving that up.
I didn't say give it up, I said just hide it really well. You know, right up inside.
Looks with narrow eyes.
I mean, you could strap it to your back. I mean, Alexander, you got like really long hair. You could like put it in a braid. It'll be fine. No one will notice.
Easy to say, hard to do, my friend. As I'm going to smile a bit.
Yeah, hiding lightsabers is a pretty common thing to do, really. It's something
Also,
that every Jedi and Sith would have practiced at some point.
also Marlo also has long hair, by the way, but just in a ponytail in the back.
But yeah, you just like use it as something to wrap your hair around, and then fine.
I'm gonna hide my lightsaber in the cloak.
See this is the easy solution.
But if they find it and take it away, we're eating hair tonight.
So, about what is everybody's alignment right now? As far as is everybody like at least grey, or is anyone like? I'm guessing there's not a single person here that is like Obi-Wan.
Chaotic neutral for me.
Yeah. Everybody neutral to like dark. I know Kato's dark. Okay, yeah, so neutral dark. All right. It's not too much of an issue. If you just say like, yeah, not I was a Jedi, not anymore. That would be quite believable.
And that's true, actually.
Okay. So you guys still in the hangar at the moment? You got to leave and wander out? Or you wandering out? Okay.
Like I say, we want to get into like the main thoroughfares, whatever the public areas are.
Okay.
Start making our way towards the academy. Just blend in with the crowds, do what other people are doing.
Okay. So you see, as you sort of step on the area, there's what you see a human male in black robes with what is very obviously a lightsaber hilt clipped to his belt. He is stood sort of in waiting. There is two young people sort of stood in front of him. He appears to be waiting. The young people, one is a human, the other one is a Twi'lek. They're on about sort of late teens, early 20s.
I'm gonna link closer to one of our more knowledgeable members. And, are one of those him?
It looks like he's waiting for apprentices. You guys should probably just say you're whoever he's waiting for.
I'm gonna
This is
kill
going
the
to be
rabbit
very
one day.
awkward.
I'm gonna kill the rabbit one day.
After Esther's advice, Marlo kind of starts walking towards the guy.
Oh god, is he actually following it?
Okay.
I mean, you all have the chance to like pull him back or something, but Marlo's listening. Rabbit seems smart.
So Marlo's approaching
God.
this gentleman. Okay. You do as he sort of stood there waiting. He do see a frown appear on his face, and he looks over to you. Who are you?
My name is Marlo.
I'm not expecting a Marlo.
Oh, my other name is Dan, if that's better. Marlo Dan.
Not a Deneth either. I'm waiting on 3 Zabraks.
Looks back towards Kato.
Freeze the Brax. Oh no, that was the other group. Did I get the paperwork wrong? I'm sorry, my lord. I'm sorry. I sent the wrong details. Please have mercy.
Well, I got one right there. If I know it's not 3, but Zabrak.
So you see him sort of turn and sort of give an up nod to racial. I gotta grab on for this one. a Nymordian, because. So he gives an up nod to a Nymordian, sort of comes over with his head sort of bowed to him, and he sort of whispers in his ear, and then the Nymordian runs off to the academy. Turns back to you. Wait here.
Okay.
And at this, and he turns to the other two. You two, both of you, stay here. And he just heads off to what looks like some sort of like administration building.
Malo sits down and starts to like fidget with his fingers.
Also, next time, don't give your actual name.
That would be very good. Because now we have a
Unless
record
he
of
has some
what your name is.
means of knowing whether or not you're bullshitting him.
That's true. None of you know if this is my real name.
I mean, it would be very handy to know, so that way you don't
Yeah.
pull this sort of thing again.
So,
Like in any case of doppelgangers.
So as the human male has head off, gone to the sort of administration building, a medium-sized spacecraft lands down. It looks it's aesthetically a little bit ostentatious. You got the go faster stripes on it, you know, a little bit there's sort of glowy. Somebody with a little bit of money on this, right? It looks like it's built for combat. That thing just sort of lands down. You can see one of the what the hell are they called now? The guys with the lights, the points, that tells you where to land. He sort of approaches the occupants of this just as they leave, but they more or less just you could see there's a few words exchanged, and he very quickly just sort of runs off. The three occupants are leaving, are three Zabraks. One of them in the lead is a yellow-skinned Zabrak. He has clipped to his hilt what looks like a double-bladed, a hilt of a double-bladed lightsaber, of a, what do they call it? Force. It's not a force pike, is it? What is it called? Well, what they call the double-bladed lightsabers? It's actually different. Fuck it, we're going double-bladed lightsabers.
Shit, it's the real guys.
So.
Oh, this is bad.
Leave this to me.
So yeah, the Zabrak in the front looks really sort of has this sort of air of superiority about him. Clearly. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
I wish to hop up.
You're gonna hop up.
I'd be like, hello, gracious Zabraks. I am here to greet you.
I'd like to assess how much of that arrogance has actual bone to back it up with, or just how he carries himself.
Okay, give me an insight check. Yeah.
All right.
He does move with a certain. He does move with incredible speed and grace. He's not necessarily displayed necessarily that he's force sensitive, but he's certainly incredibly athletic. The other two seem to be fairly proficient as well, but the lead Zabrak does come across as very menacing and very confident in himself. He turns to Esther and 1 second, because I'm going to keep track of people. Where is Bothis?
I'm sorry, he's running late to another meeting, but he sent me to carry our bags and take you to the rendezvous point. Anything I can do to help. They're like, oh, please, your bags, sir. I will carry your burdens.
The bag, as far as the baggage and stuff, the lead Zabrak is not carrying anything. It seems that the bags have been carried by the other two. They too have lightsabers at their hilts as well. It seems that they're not necessarily slaves, but in this sort of like trio, they are obviously consider themselves subservient to the lead Zabrak.
It's cool gang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool guys.
For those of you that are familiar with the novel, this is Sirac. And you probably figured out what that is, who the other two are. So yeah, at this point, the gentleman sort of come, the gentleman that have left to come out of the administration building. There you are. You are late. And immediately, all this confidence just drops from this lead Sabrak.
I just kind of smirk under my nose.
My apologies, Master. You're delayed by customs. That's no excuse. Should have left earlier. Do not ever keep me waiting again. Yes, Master. Join the others. So the three Sabraks. Let's see. They drop a couple of bags on you, Esther. At least as much as they could figure you can carry.
How many bags are you carrying now, Esther?
A lot of bags. Oh, just like,
Just strength check.
but I've completely ingratiated
Oh, right, I
myself
forgot. I
into
need
the
to be
bureaucracy of
I-
the area, and I'm now carrying bags and will follow everyone
I
else's
completely
lead.
forgot. I need to give you. I forgot. I need to give you my bag as well. I drop another bag on him.
I will keep my bag just for the sake of our little friend.
and like Marlo is like every time is yes. Feel free to use my rabbit. Please, she's gonna carry.
How are you carrying? What's your strength?
And,
Yeah. Oh my god.
oh, it's fine. I'm just like dragging them along the floor. It's just like
I will try to take
Right
some
behind
back
you.
from him. I will try to take a back from him.
No! I insist. It is my responsibility.
Rabbit, please, you're going to kill yourself.
So at this point, one of the sort of attendants,
Yes,
sort of
but
like,
definitely-
obviously, sort of like, probably been, as many of them being a bit of a whipping boy to, some of these more arrogant Dark Lords, comes up with a hover cart. Just
looking at the guard.
There you go, ma'am. And he just sort of like disappears before anyone notices him.
I just stopped pushing the cart.
So,
Yeah. Marlo turns to the others and did we just successfully enroll?
So yeah, so at this point, okay, yeah. So all four of you there now. Anyone not there? Okay, cool. Right, everyone is there then. Okay, so so this gentleman, he looks right. He looks. He throws his eyes across the group to feel them sort of, revert eye contact. Revert? Is the word divert eye contact. Avoid eye contact. That's easier. I don't know what word I was going for, but I missed twice. He says, "All of you, follow me." And he looks to you three. You three also.
Does the following.
So he brings you into the sort of academy. There's another master waiting there at the sort of gates. Right, and he turns to the group that were there before. You was it? Well, we're at 5. You 5. Follow me. I'll take you to your dormitories. And what we got here? I gotta pull out headmasters. Yeah, the other lord there, it just basically, the other, I'm not going to pull out names because otherwise I'm going to have to remember who I'm using. I'm just going to keep the significance together. This is just going to be a throwaway master for the sake of transitions. He turns to you three. Just obviously completely ignoring the slave.
As one does, yes.
So, should I do the Twi'lek? I'm actually going to do the Twi'lek, actually. Yeah, the Twi'lek. Welcome. I am Kasim. Lord, you refer to me as Lord Kasim. I'm assuming you've come here to enroll.
Yes, Lord Kasim.
not so unusual to have unexpected apprentices. But I can see to look at you that there is much potential in the three of you. But
Marlo's stone cold face just turns into a half smile.
it's not my place to accept you. Come, I shall take you to the headmaster. He will decide your fate. So this Twi'lek, he's where do we go? Kazim. Yeah, he's I believe he's a red-skinned Twi'lek, but fuck it, he's red-skinned Twi'lek now. Very broad. He's about 6'2" and built like a brick shithouse. Probably the biggest Twi'lek you've ever seen. He leads you down a few sort of corridors. This place is sort of dimly lit. There's a
Sorry, can I possibly try and break away from the group here? So I have the luggage rack, which has both the group's baggage, but also the free guys' bags as well. I'm gonna look for.
Oh no!
Here.
They would have taken the bags. They're not gonna leave.
Oh no! I insist, sir. Let me take your bags to your room.
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Oh no.
Oh.
It's not the +1. It's just the 8.
It...
No.
All right, fine.
So yeah,
Okay,
you
I'll
do ever get a
give
chance
that
to grab the names of the at least the two other Zabraks of Loki and Yevra. As he says, Loki, Yevra, take the bags. And they follow the master, which is Borthis, off to their dormitories. You will be led by Kazim off to see the headmaster. It takes you, yeah, as I was going to say, it's dimly lit. You can see there's a consistent sort of like ominous aesthetic is what they tend to go for, and sort of Sith architecture. It comes to it goes on heaps of steps. It seems to be very low down. Those who are force sensitive do get a sense of the dark side getting stronger as you approach. So there'll be all three of you be aware of this sensation, apart from Esther. You get to what looks like a pretty grand door for what at least you would seem the how you've travelled there. How many steps down its basement, but Kazim knocks on the door. You hear from inside a voice enter. Wait here. So he steps inside, closes the door behind him, and the three of you are just there left in this middle of the Sith Academy, hoping that shit's gonna go all right.
Seems
where
to be
is
going well,
Esther
young
doing
master.
this?
I'm just behind you with the bags.
Is he still with us, or like did?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the four of you there.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, sorry, I was just wondering because there's like 3. I was like, oh, did
Trying
It is
to steal
yeah.
Sirac's fucking luggage. That would not be a good idea.
No, I was legitimately going to just like take it to their rooms,
All
just
right.
root through it, but leave it there. Just see if they had anything worth reading or finding out about. Also lets me just
Fair
like
enough.
blend into the flaming
Yeah.
structure of the whole facility. Just become one of the people working here.
Yeah, I'm gonna play. It's like samurai and the samurai sort of which is sort of like how ninja got away with so many murders. The shinobi. It wasn't actually an organization, it was more of a job. It's a lot less Hollywood than we anticipate. But one of the ways they got away with a lot of it is because like nobles just didn't notice commoners. They were too important to acknowledge their existence. So they would just like well, I didn't see anyone.
noble.
I didn't see anyone. Just guy stabbed to death, and I didn't see anyone leave apart from that commoner, but I'm not going to acknowledge his existence, so I didn't see him. Apparently that was a thing. Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about as well with Esther. Also, Marlo's current state of mind is like, yeah, confident. They they must be happy to have me as a newcomer here. I have great potential. It's
Except
already been established.
So okay, yes indeed. Kazim then returns to the door, opens. He opens the door, stands aside, and indicates for you to enter.
Enters.
I'm going to wait outside.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, he probably would have stopped you if you trick.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even have tried to get in. I fully understand the subtext here. I'm just going to wait outside with the bags.
So Kazim leaves, closes the door behind him. So Kazim doesn't even acknowledge you, Esther. He just leaves. So-
When I go in, Kato will kneel down to Esther. I'll fool you into what happens inside.
I need not know.
I'll go
master.
in the door after that.
Need not know, master. So
Need not know that.
so yeah, the three of you, one human, one almost human, and is a brack. You see, it's sort of the
Bad.
air of the dark side is extremely strong here. Could each of you give me a perception? Oh, excuse me, perception check.
Perception? Okay.
This is wonderful. My sheet's glitching.
19.
Okay.
This is a my sheet is a little bit glitched right now, so I'm just gonna do a normal d20 roll and then +3.
Okay. Okay.
17.
Okay. So, Kato and Alexander, you're aware that this sort of aura of the dark is not coming from the figure that you see. It's coming from the area itself. At certain places in, certain places in the galaxy, that there's like almost like a reservoir of force energy. It seems that this place is. It's probably a lot to do with the sort of history of the place. But there's a huge culmination of dark side force energy here. The figure you see is sort of wearing these elaborate. Or describe the room first. So the room is again, it's sort of dimly lit. It's going for that that aesthetic, but this looks not as much like this sort of intimidating militaristic sort of halls, but this is very grandly decorated. There's a lot of use of precious metals, gems. There's sort of plush furniture. But the place is extremely ostentatious. The figure you see, you could just see the back of his head. He's appears quite sort of gaunt. He's very, I wouldn't necessarily say frail, but appears quite ropey. His robes is very ornately embroidered with various different, what appears to be metallic threads. You can imagine that the robes themselves is probably worth more than an annual salary of your average sort of tavern keeper. I'm going to try and do a Cortis voice now. So the figure stands. He's standing well over 2 meters tall. As he turns around to look at you, he's extremely gaunt. Looks almost like a corpse. You should imagine that he is human, but very, very unusual looking. Maybe you've heard tales of how the dark side can wither the body. Oh, sorry, we lost a Kian and we've got a Kian back.
Sorry.
As he sort of he brings his hands out to the side, you see these very long fingers with like claws at the end of it as he sort of clasps them in front of him. Looks at the three of you. So, you've come to join the academy. Why?
Oh,
Well,
I'm going to raise a hand.
He looks to you.
Marlo,
Yeah, go on, go for it. He nods to you there, Vyatsa, Alexander.
For power, my lord.
Are you bullshitting? Is this complete bullshit, or is there a certain air of truth to this?
A certain air of truth for me.
Okay, give me a wisdom save with advantage.
Wisdom save with advantage. Okay, let me just toggle the advantage. Wisdom save. Ah, fucking kidding me!
So you feel this sort of pressure on your mind as he looks at you. You answer, You speak truth. This is a good motivation for a Dark Lord. The darkness will grant power, but I sense another motive. Yes, something else. This is fine. Of course. What would a Dark Lord be without machinations? And he turns very quickly to Marlo. And you? What brings you to Korriban?
Well, I used to be a Jedi, but soon I've realized that orderly lifestyle is not for my impulsive nature.
The Republic will have order, or order as they call it. Imprisonment for us all. But through victory, our chains shall be broken. As we push back the Republic. Good. Give me a wisdom save yourself also. With advantage, because I know you are telling the truth on this. Ooh. You feel a pressure against your mind, but you push back very effectively. I see the force is strong with you. Yes. We shall make a powerful Dark Lord of you. And you, Zabrak, which brings you to Korriban. And we've got
I wish to further my knowledge on the Force.
You've had training before. Tell me, who is your master?
A random Sith name.
You haven't made one up yet.
Sakari.
Sakari, write it down. Sakari. Strange. Dark side is strong with you. Yet, I do not recognize that name. Who was your master? Not with the name, but who? To that point, you just pull out the holocron. This guy.
Well, I don't know, he left this triangle for me.
And as he's asking this question, can you give me a wisdom save, please? Yeah, just a straight wisdom save. If you're going to try and avoid answering it, wisdom. You're able to push him back. You are able to push him back. Interesting. Still, I sense he's no longer your master now. But we are your masters. And we will teach you much, much more. Very well, gentlemen. You may call Korriban your home, at least for now.
you, my lord.
Both this
I
will
ring you bell.
meet you in the main. Will meet you in the foyer and show you to your rooms. Training starts tomorrow. Good luck. And he turns back down and resumes his seating position. At that point, the doors open. You hear him click, and as Kazim has returned, as you would have seen there, Esther, you sort of keep your head down. Master.
Basically just hiding next to the cart.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys leaving? Okie dokie.
Yeah. So is Esther still there?
Yeah,
Esther's
I'll
still there.
just follow behind you, pushing the cart, just being small and insignificant.
What a rabbit.
Learning to stand so still, it becomes invisible.
Oh, buzzing.
Slave, go to my room last. I will need some help with something personal.
Kian, I think there's something wrong with your mic's cable, because there is static noise coming from it.
Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Click, click, buzz, buzz. Click, 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 buzz.
We are speaking binary right now.
Ow.
Hello? Hello? Is it better? Hello?
Oh,
Worse.
it's actually worse.
Yeah.
Hold
You're
on, let
starting
me
to become Mark Zuckerberg.
let me leave. I'll leave and then join back.
But yes. Don't worry about me, I'm just blending into the background behind you, pushing the cart, carrying your burdens. Don't worry about me. Lead the
What
way, young
have your
masters.
burdens?
Okay. Well, Keon's pottering with that. So, yeah, Kazim returns. At this point, he introduces himself. So, I'm still doing chorus. So,
Better now?
it seems that Cordis has accepted you. Good. You'll be training with me tomorrow. I am Kazim. I am this school's blade master. How many of you got like none of your lightsabers are visible right now?
I think Malo doesn't care too much about hiding it at this point, because he already said that he used to be a Jedi, so there is a reason why he should have one.
Same with Kato. He already said to at least the headmaster that his training was cut short from something, and then yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, as he says, well,
He's not gonna flail about, but like he'll just put it like somewhere, like on his person.
well tomorrow. Well, it seems that you. He looks at the lightsaber. It seems that you have some experience. Tomorrow we shall find out how much.
Stood.
Come. And he leads you back to the foyer, where Borthis meets up with you and shows you to your rooms.
With the bags.
Yep. So yeah, the rooms are very, very basic. It's more or less just like a very rudimentary mattress on the deck with a single locker. It's not
Worst sleep I've ever had.
not even a lock on the door.
Okay. Taffy?
Mm-hmm.
So we reached our rooms. We looked at the rooms. It's just like a bed and some
Bed,
locker.
yeah, and a foot locker. It's a bed and a foot locker.
I will
So
try
it's like a cupboard room. It's fucking.
Okay. I will try to hide my lightsaber there because I didn't specify I had one.
And yeah, it's probably a moot. It's probably moot at this point. You know, you've been accepted as a student. Some people have had it. If they ask the question is why is it yellow? Used to be a Jedi, or I took it from the Jedi I killed. Gives a fuck.
Okay.
Gives a fuck. It's a yellow lightsaber, but anyway, it's not specific to. The only thing that is specific to light synergy is the green and blues, the Kybers.
Okay.
Yeah, and red is the only one that's synergized. It's not purple. Is not the only one that's like is specific to as a specific synergy to the dark side. Like even the white lightsabers don't have a specific synergy with the light side, even though it would be extremely unusual for a dark side user to have a white one because of how they're created. If you want to know, it's a purified red lightsaber.
Yeah, I know.
But it doesn't necessarily have a specific synergy to the light.
Yeah, the bit where Marlo was like concerned about it, that's purely just because Marlo is from the Clone Wars era.
Things are a little bit different now. I mean, for one thing, there's heaps of Sith, which is something that you wouldn't be used to. In fact, the Clone Wars, I don't know how much you'd be aware of the Rule of Two anyway. I think you already rolled for that, and it was like you knew bugger all. If you haven't already rolled for it, roll for it. Unless you know about the Sith. Unless you just want to just dictate how much you know about the Sith.
Oh, let's make a roll for it. Yeah, no, not that
Bugger
much.
all. You've heard the name.
Mhm.
You knew they were once the enemy of the Jedi.
Can I
Yeah,
try?
I've also learned about Maul because someone killed Qui-Gon and then Dooku's change of sides.
Yeah.
That's all.
Force staff. That's what they're called. That's what the double lightsabers are called. Force staff.
So as we're in our rooms, apart from what they look like, do we see the other three? Like, how are they formatted? Are they just like college dorms, like where there's one room and the next and the next and the next? Like
Yeah,
normal,
pretty
or-
much, yeah. Opposite side of the corridor.
Okay.
There seems to be multiple corridors as well. There's quite a few students here. Well, there is a potential for a lot of students, but you don't quite know how many students are here yet. You know there are at least 8. You 3 and the other 5. Okay, cool. Right. Let's call a break here because we're an hour and a half into it, and we're not going to do another hour and a half because I only do 3-hour sessions, almost religiously, because sometimes it can drag on a bit. Plus, obviously, streams. It's not good to stream a game for much longer than that. At least, I don't think so. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we'll have a short break now. Back at 17 minutes past. I may as well make it... Well, 20 past might be a bit long. 8 minutes. I'll be back before that anyway. Let's call it... we'll kick off back again at 20 past. And then we roll on then until... For another hour 40 minutes. I think that's about right now. Hour 40 minutes or hour 10 minutes? Hour 10 minutes. Something like that. Whatever it be. So yeah, snack grab break, toilet break, make another cup of break. Be right back. And then you can decide your next move then. I'm just going to suggest with this now, it might not be a dumb idea to just send somebody off like into the future for information gathering.
I mean, this is the thing.
Yeah, it was part of the plan, so yeah.
But yeah, spread out a little bit.
What-
But bear in mind, you've only got 3 charges.
I mean,
Yeah,
you guys have
we
the advantage of
could-
being Jedi. I can basically disappear at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
as well. Esther can go into the future to like the point where we would graduate from the academy maybe, and then just communicate back what kind of changes our actions make.
Nah. Go to
We're
the
doing-
of other location Taffy said at the start.
Yeah, if we're doing a blade training, then there's a chance that Mr. Bane might be there,
Yeah, your goal isn't
or at
necessarily
least somebody who
to.
or at least somebody who knows about Mr. Bane, like like, hey, have you heard about this person? Because we've heard that he's pretty strong or something like that.
You guys are supposed to be trying to generally keep a low profile and not actively changing history. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
you don't want.
We're not. We're just asking about him.
Yeah. So no. So the idea that I go forward in time to the academy and try and see what's changed doesn't really work. It's better I go to a different location and try and get information there, which I can then feed back to you.
Well, if the change that happens is that Bane died during an exercising accident,
I don't. Well, yeah, but that might cause the timeline to implode.
Yeah.
that's our goal. Like,
No,
I-
the goal isn't to kill Bane, the goal is to stop the rule of two. So you just
Well,
need to
yeah,
convince
fair.
him it's worthwhile to have more than one ally.
Yeah.
The main rule of 2 that happened was because of the thought bomb, which is not until a while from now.
Should we prevent
Have
that
time.
bomb as well?
I mean, that's one option.
We need to find one of these links that is the most disposable and get rid of it.
Yeah, but this is going to be very tricky.
if
And
you're talking in character though, Marlo wants to kill Bane. It's a challenge.
Everyone wants to kill
No,
Bane.
no.
don't want to
At
kill
this point,
Bane
it's just gonna be
necessarily.
Marlo.
But
Like,
you're gonna die super hard.
yeah.
yeah. At this point, Marlo's like, it's just like, let me at him, let me at him,
Yeah.
holding him back.
Yeah. So like, he might have been a Jedi, but his style is more like that. Mm, when it's about like Sith emotions, it's not the anger, it's like the pumping adrenaline and manic wanting to kill the
Yeah, and
target.
And the determination, it's one factor.
Yeah, like hyper focusing on the goal and
Yeah.
ignoring stuff.
Nation is
But
what.
yeah,
Kylo is not.
I'm gonna be right back as well.
Was a calamity. I've done research on the story of.
And I'm back.
Hello, Taffy. I've also recently done a bunch of like just watching Star Wars videos, like in different story points. So I'm a little bit more educated on Bane now and how things work.
Hopefully, I'm giving yourself spoilers.
No, I was just I know who he is now, like in general, instead of just having no absolutely zero
Fair
idea
enough.
who he was.
Okie dokie. Right. Yeah, 3 minutes to back. 3 minutes remaining. I had something in my head I wanted to do, and I totally forgotten what the hell it was.
I mean,
Oh,
I had a minor idea, which was to take the dolly, find some other slaves, and ingratiate myself with them briefly, and see if I could find any general information to pass on to the others.
Information is the name of the game here.
See, this is the thing. No one notices the slaves. And the
Is a
servants.
very good point. Yes. Nobody really cares if slaves ask like anything because they'll either not respond or give a true answer because they think that they're kind of like doesn't really matter.
Yeah, hello, I'm new here. I came in with a new batch of Jedi. Where do I drop off this dolly?
Oh, would you happen to know where everyone else's luggage is kept?
Do you know where Lord Bane's room is? I've been told to deliver him a letter.
Yeah, bomb letter. He's going to be kamikaze on him.
You're like holding like a knife behind your back while you're doing this. You're like, "Hello, do you know where Lord Bane's room is?"
Or a bomb.
No, I'm just being honest. I'm just here to help. I'm just another one of the new slaves. Just come in, and then, you know, Have a peek inside. Hello, Lord
I'm going
Bane.
to and you're going to be like, I'm going to show him an explosive surprise.
No! No! Nothing so crass. Purely fact-finding mission.
That's everybody said.
I can't take anyone in this place.
You might be able to. Like,
Okay.
aside.
No. If I get the drop on someone, like I might have a potential chance, but definitely not Bane. Based on the
I
power
mean, like,
level
if you
being
go,
described.
like, for, like, one of the.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, obviously not, like, the big boy, like, the big, like, Bane or, like, any of the named ones. But if you just go after some fodder, like.
Yeah, and create the mystery of why this guy got shot in the head a dozen times.
Yeah, just like, and buy a slave as well would be really suspicious. Oh yeah, why does a slave have a gun? We could just
Fine.
pass it off as like, oh, it was one of ours, and he just carrying it.
Well, I don't suppose it would really make a blind bit of difference. It's to, you know, defend my master if it's not worth the effort drawing their lightsaber. It's not as if, like, you know, a non-force sensitive with a blaster is going to threaten a Dark Lord, really, is it? They're like, oh, you've got a blaster, that's cute. I don't think they'll give a shit.
like, there's people here who can
I
throw
mean-
lightning around, and then there's
I
just like
mean-
this guy with a blaster.
I have some nonsense ability, so if I
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to mess around, I could certainly have a go. But no.
Yeah, do not underestimate the buddy. But that's...
The bunny with a gun is lethal.
right, is Victor back?
Victor
I
is
don't
left.
think so.
Victor
Must
is...
be
Esther's
punished.
entire character.
Okay, well, you know, we can... you
Sorry,
got-
you cut out. You said Esther's entire character, and I didn't hear the rest, I'm afraid.
Facker. Hello, am I back?
Yep.
You are back,
Yeah.
yes.
All right. Esther's entire character is just, hey, what do you have there? A gun. No.
Well, technically, I have 2 guns.
What the
It's
man?
even worse.
Do wield them blasters, baby.
Hey, I didn't go down and get both dual-wielding fighting style, but also dual-wielding mastery for nothing.
Building mastery.
You have no idea of the nonsense I can produce.
Damage can you deal in a single turn, Esther?
The answer is, it depends how many times I crit. I mean, let's think. What's the absolute maximum number of attacks I can make a round? I think the maximum number of attacks I can currently make a round is 6.
Yeah, because you have 2 bonus actions, because Star Wars...
Actually, no. I can make 8 attacks in a single round if I'm allowed to use my reaction to make attacks as well.
And he's back. There you go. So, yeah, right. Party's there. You're into your rooms. What would you guys like to do?
I'm going to go find a place for the dolly. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Mm.
Esther's going to go for a wander.
Well, yeah, I'm going to go and... I don't really explore... Yeah, I don't really have that much to unpack, so I'll just leave, like, the bag there. And I guess I'll go explore around the academy, because I have nothing else better to do.
Okay,
You know, this is that classic thing where technically you can walk into anywhere as long as you're carrying a ladder. If I'm just pushing a dolly around, I can probably go anywhere and just say, oh yeah, I'm just going to pick something up in the thingy room. Yes, I've been sent by the headmaster.
Oh yeah, just gotta go pick something up.
Yeah, I can...
So, all right. Probably going to go for the wanders. So I think, let's see. what would be the best thing to sort of roll and what you could find?
I was saying I'm gonna join that as well. Sorry, I was muted.
Sure.
Same, I was mine.
Oh, good. I thought I had enough caffeine. Probably enough to stop me goddamn yawning. All right, so we have a little wander around this place. It's a bit sort of restricted of how far you're going to be able to go. You do sort of have not necessarily Sith instructors, but you do have sort of like security about the sort of place as well. It's restricting your movement, but you can move around the dormitories to a certain extent.
I'm assuming there might be some other servant slaves. Just asking them to direct me to some kind of like servant slave quarter or kitchens or something like that.
Let's see how far Esther can go. Can you give me what would be the best thing? Would probably be stealth with charisma. Would probably be the most.
I mean, if you want deception.
Or deception.
I'm just trying to blend into the environment.
Yeah, deception, actually. Yeah, deception is quite fitting also. So give me a deception.
27.
Fucking hell. Yeah, you just, bizarrely, you're just able to sort of bullshit your way past the security. This just seems that, I don't know, just the rabbit with the cart seems to be such a non-thing that... Okay.
They've asked for the cart upstairs. Just...
So you manage to get around the place. I'm going to list off who you meet, at least as far as the sort of dorms, as you're looking about the place. Are you speaking to anyone to get any information, or are you just nosing about?
At the moment,
okay.
Get a lay of the land. See if there's anyone who'll like shout at me and give me orders.
Okay.
If there's a head of the slaves or servants who might say, "Oh well, here's an itinerary of general things you need to be doing."
Yeah. So
if I can find where Bane's dorm room is, have a peek inside. If it's empty, maybe have a rummage. If not, say sorry.
Okay, well, let's see how far, because 27 is probably going to get you a fair bit of information. So there is a few apprentices there. None of them, at least, I've identified as Bane. Without speaking to you can't confirm it. You do get the name of the lead Zabrak. He's Orange Zabrak, which is called, it's called Sirac. Loki and Yevra, which are two siblings, as it turns out, which are Sirac's sort of underlings. There's a Fohar as well, who is... What fucking race are they now? They're one of those big things with, like, face horns. Hang on. Give me 1 second. A McCurth, that's it. He's a Fohar who's a McCurth, bit of a brute, and a few others. Nobody necessarily identifying themselves as Bane. You do find that you're able to just, go much further than what the rest of the students are able to do. It seems like Bunny with a cart is like, yeah, sure, this is just some new furniture that's wandering around. You see a few of the sort of training areas. There's just one floor down from where the dormitories is one on the higher floors. So you're currently in. So if you have a look at the image on the background there, you see the pyramid in the back. That's the academy, right? So the dormitories are near the sort of top floors. They're all up there. There's other accommodation further up, but there's sort of only masters sort of stay up there. There's stuff shit going on that even you are not able to get yourself past there. Below the floor, before the floor as well, you could see various different training rooms. Some for using would be sort of feats of sort of force dexterity of force agility. So it looks like some sort of like ninja warrior gauntlet, only like slightly more lethal. And if you're at the place to sort of, there's another room that you pass that's full of these like scorch marks all over the rooms. You presume, and there's a student and a master in there that's also just belting out lightnings from the bolts of lightning from their fingertips. The general vibe you get of this sort of place that it seems to have, even though the rhetoric is that all lords are equal. It seems that some are more equal than others. This is not only true of the masters, but there's also seems to be a pecking order as well when it comes to the students. And the more favorable students tend to get one-on-one training with the masters, ergo the one that's currently throwing bolts of lightning about the place. So it's generally in a student's interest to stand out if one wants to advance their training as quickly as possible. You see the training grounds where they do the sort of lightsaber training. They use what is effectively these what looks like sort of just blunt and sort of metallic, like training swords, actual sort of like HEMA training swords. Jins Bane. I'm trying to remember what it was called now. Bane. No B. Blades. If I can please go. No, not Darth Blade. Sith Training Saber. Gotcha. Yep, yeah. The blades of the training sabers are covered with like millions of microscopic toxic-filled barbs filled with pelco bugs that will cause burns to the skin on contact and temporarily paralyze the surrounding area to mimic the effect of losing a limb. They're pretty nasty. Losing the general etiquette, I suppose you would have had a bit of sort of curiosity about this because this is what you guys are doing tomorrow morning. The way the sort of training happens is that they practice forms. But they're probably going to do some sort of, how to stand, how to move and things like that first of any sort of, because you've done combat training yourself. A lot of it is based on sort of footwork before you start actually fucking with the weapon itself. But the general vibe is that after the sort of training, then the students will issue challenges to other students. Losing in the arena is bad. Not only do you spend a bit of time in the infirmary, but also you lose status, which means you're less likely to be favored by the masters. What else could you find out? 27. I'm going to give you a little bit more than this. I'll tell you what, I'll leave this up to you.
Right.
You get a good layout of the land. You'll see where the administration is. Obviously, that the administration is upstairs. Are you going to try and get through there? Or are you going to take the knowledge you have at the moment and you're going to push the boat a little bit further?
I know it's on an upper level. I assume there's some kind of like security cordon I'll have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
I'll risk it.
Okay. So you get up there and the security goes, wait, no one gets past here without permission from the masters.
Oh, they requested the dolly. They wanted to move some boxes and documents.
Give me a bullshit roll.
Oh no.
That isn't good.
Well, unfortunately, that master may have to wait then, because we haven't had any. We certainly, I certainly would remember being told that a humanoid rabbit pushing a dolly we'd be expecting a rabbit pushing a dolly.
Oh, that's okay. I can leave the dolly with you if I'm not allowed in. I'll just leave the dolly and
leave the dolly and just wander off.
Yeah, I need to get back to work. Bye bye.
Okay, that's you guys don't notice this rabbit. This rabbit is fucking gone. It's like just uncanny. Like where the hell? It's like just you get told by security you cannot pass this line, but you see into the distance just walking between just by a corridor like a rabbit sort of nonchalantly just moving with a dolly. Like how in the fuck did Esther get by then?
Do you know the Umbrella Academy meme where like one of them's looking, where they're both in taxis and they're like they just look at each other through the window?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, I'll just make my way back to the dorm rooms and tell everyone what I found out, lay the land. Information about the trading rooms.
Are any of you going to be asking about amongst the rest of the students? Who's who? What's what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do like this
Or what else
check
are you
up
going to do?
on who's strong, who's not strong.
Okay.
I'd also like to learn the names of like who do the masters seem to appreciate the most, who do they seem to give the most time to, like that sort of thing.
Okay. All right. Can I get persuasion checks from either of you or bullshit checks, one or the other?
I'll do persuasion.
Okay. Okay. So, kid, oh yeah, you're trying to find out who the masters are favoring, you saying? Any standout students. So, there's a few sort of no names. Nobody's really standing out an awful lot. There is a bit of excitement about this Sirac chap. Apparently, he has a bit of a reputation. Do you hear the term Sithari being used? So, when you sort of question this, there's an old sort of myth. It's kind of like the Sith Messiah kind of thing, like the Avatar. So
The
there's
chosen one, right?
yeah, there's like kind of like it's the Sith chosen one, which is the Sithari, and there's a few that are dubious. Some believe that Sirac is the Sithari or could be the Sithari. So they're very much expecting this Zabrak to very quickly become the Academy's favorite. Beyond that, Fohar's pretty strong in the dueling arena, but nobody's like massively standing out per se. But there are a couple that are pretty strong. Fohar is certainly somebody to want to challenge. There's a couple of weaklings that people are sort of falling behind. They're not expecting them to be there for very long. There's one that was about. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, can I get the names of the weaklings? Like, who do you think is the weakest out of them?
With a 27, I'll give you that. There's odds is female, evens it's a male. So there's a male Rhodian, goes with the name Jis, who has been here for probably about sort of 2-3 years. It was sort of on the sort of cusp of whether or not he was going to make Korriban or just get sent off to one of the assassin colleges or maybe even a marauder, although they're probably not large enough to become a Sith marauder. Not without a lot of Sith alchemy, which is sort of somewhat potential. But they've only ever fought in the arena twice, and both times they've lost. Even as you sort of speak to them, they seem somewhat meek. You think, I could probably fuck this guy up.
Then that's how you know they're really weak. Goddamn.
Yeah, it's there is a certain distaste towards them. They're not expected to be here for very long, or for much longer.
All right. Good information to know.
Okay. Let's get our spinneroos from. See if we can track from Marlowe. See if we can get anything. No mention of Bane.
What do I roll?
Either deception or persuasion.
Can I use insight? I don't want to like talk to them. I want to like estimate their power for myself.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying
like,
to discern if any of them are called Bane.
No. I was trying to discern who I should be careful with, who I should pay attention to tomorrow when the thing happens.
Okay, give me an insight check. I mean, this information is going to be shared between you anyway. Yeah, 23. It's pretty much the similar sort of conclusions. You get the sort of weaker ones. There's a Rhodian. There's also a Twi'lek as well, a female Twi'lek that seems kind of weak, but she is very new. Or she's only like 15 years old anyway. So she's very new.
That's discounted.
No need to like name or anything, but like if it comes to student duels, I'm looking for someone on the middle of the pack, like someone respectable to beat, but not too strong potentially.
Ooh. I'm just trying to think now. This may be pushing close to a fracture point. Accidentally stumbled into it.
Well, it's just knowledge, not necessarily already used knowledge to make a difference.
I'd say S tier is going to be Sirac. Your A tier is going to be. Your A tier is going to be sort of the Sirac's underlings and Fohar. In the B tier, there's a few sort of names that sit within there. There's a couple of stragglers in the sea, and then your sort of, your whipping boys then is going to obviously the Rhodian and the relatively new Twi'lek. But you get a general gist of what people are sort of capable of. There's a lot. They kind of, they kind of like to show a lot of skill and stuff. But with your ability of insight, you kind of see who's bullshit and who's really worth something. A lot of those that have been here for a while that are not very strong generally don't sort of brag unless they've got it, because it's just only going to encourage them to be challenged. A lot of those in the sort of B's and C's tiers try to keep their heads down and learn as much as they can until they can, either just... The C tiers are more or less trying to survive this college.
Yeah.
The B tiers are trying to buy their time and try to gather some strength so they can start, move up in rank. Those in the A tier, pretty much in a good bloody position, but nobody really wants to challenge Sirac.
Here's kind of a dilemma I have right now, because if I roleplay Marlowe as I would roleplay Marlowe's personality, that might cause a fracture point. Not surely, but maybe.
If you do accidentally stumble into it, that's absolutely fine. It is what it is. It's going to result in a fracture per se, but it's just like it could potentially, depends on timing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like currently it's a dilemma that do I risk it or do I not play Marlowe?
Just do however you want Marlowe to be played.
Okay.
The pair of you you're speaking to students of those that have been here when you're speaking to those that have been here for a while, they do kind of think the first thing you're going to be doing tomorrow is going to be induction. The rules are pretty simple, right? Is that they encourage rivalry between students, but you cannot, there's no fighting outside of the duel arena, and you can't, obviously, it seems a little bit obvious, but you can't make attempts on anyone's life. So
if it happens accidentally, it happens, or
if it happens accidentally, yeah. But it's because the general sort of vibe is, at least those that are sort of like, that seem to know screwed at what's going on, even though that you are sort of held under a certain element of intimidation, let's say. You are kept subservient until you can, prove yourself strong. But it's just every single person that is in this academy is very strong with the Force. Like all of you are. Like the bottom, probably the weakest you'd be expecting to be somebody that's weaker than Kato. But the difference with Kato is that he's had an awful lot of lightsaber training. So even though metachlorian count may not be massively high in Kato, he's still, metachlorian count is still stronger than some of them in there, but every one of them are not that much. When you're talking about the weakest affinity with the Force, they don't get that much weaker than Kato. That's the kind of level that they accept into this academy, and people with that level of affinity with the Force is rare, extremely rare. Thus, every single student in Korriban is a very valuable asset to the Sith War effort. So they would much rather someone get beaten into subservience and become a substandard lord than to lose that lord altogether, because Sith lords are just so fucking valuable to the war effort. When you're talking about things like battle meditation, because battle meditation in this era is so fucking strong. Like, even a weak Sith Lord can completely turn the tide of a battle.
You know what? If we are sharing that much, I'm gonna actually use 2 Force points and use my power of metagaming.
The metagaming.
and ask the question if it would be wise to challenge a B tier tomorrow. And to give you a bit of a help, I'm gonna make an attack roll just right now so that you see my my character's power level. Let's assume that this hits for the damage to show. Yeah.
Shit, that is a lot.
Okay. You're a guardian. You're a guardian consular, aren't you? Okay.
This has Diamso in it. This has Force Focus, Force Empowered Strike, and theoretically Berserker style bonus.
It's a pity you didn't you couldn't get the same sort of effect out of a Guardian Sentinel, because you would have extra attack at level 5 then. So I am using that variant rule that if you have a total of 5 levels in a class in classes that have extra attack at 5th level, you get attack at 5th level.
So it's a force technique attack, right? So Booming Blade. Here's why I have multi-classing. Where's the is this the one? This is the one. Yes. Yeah. If I deal force damage, I push them away. So they have to move closer to me, triggering the Booming Blade damage.
Yeah. I mean, it's you're level 5, you know how to build this damn thing. I mean, the reason why I do level 5 is because, like, you know, as far as lore-wise is concerned, you guys are meant to be strong.
Yeah.
You know? Like I said, I use Kato as a sort of benchmark as far as affinity with the Force, but like I said, Kato is extremely well trained. That holocron has done a great service to him. So he would be quite feared in the dueling arena. So, I mean, as far as B rankers, I think there's probably a good chance that you could smash a B ranker. And especially since you're a new student and nobody knows who you are yet, what a great way to introduce yourself.
Yeah, that's what
Ranker would be.
You won't be using that particular lightsaber per se, though. These are going to have slightly different properties. By all means, there are two-handed. There are, you know. So think standard 5e sort of armaments is what you're going to have. But obviously, any force techniques and things you do in as well, that's all obviously going to work the same.
Yeah. Well, I'm basically using the Great Saber, which is, you know, Great Sword equivalent. Yep.
So, yeah, that's where you spend the evenings. It's time to get your fucking ass down now. And in the morning, you get brought to... so those... there is... you guys assemble... there's a few... So there's... Let's see how many students would be here at the time. It's going to be this plus... I'm going to do two... I'm going to do 3d12. But it's a minimum roll of... I'm going to try and think of a minimum on this, because you've got 4 hearts, so you know now there's going to be at least a dozen. I'm going to say there's 24 students. So there's 24 students in assembly. So you're stood there. The lightsabers you've been told to leave in your lockers. Not to bring your lightsabers to the dueling ground for obvious reasons. You are very well to sort of carry it. So leave it in your lockers, at least leave it somewhere safe. So some people are sort of leaving it with the instructor. Some have left it in their footlocker. Are you guys leaving it with your slave? Or your locker? Or with the instructor?
I will carry the sabers, master.
Yeah, I'll give it to Esther.
So Esther's carrying 3 sabers at the moment.
Turns out he was all along a Guardian 5 and now he's busting at everyone.
What colors are your lightsabers? I know Kato's is red. Alexander's is yellow. What colors is yours, Marlo?
It's even on the token picture. It's purple.
Purple. Okay. So okay. Cordis. I don't know. Cordis is the headmaster. Bloody hell, names. I was going to say Kopej. Kopej is not a instructor. Kazim, that's the one. Kazim. So Kazim, he sort of stood, hands behind his sort of back, shoulders back, looking broad and authoritative and very powerful. As the students are sort of in sort of like almost like a squad-like formation. You guys are sort of there behind. He approaches, he looks over to Esther as he sees her sort of collecting lightsabers. And he approaches Esther and reaches out and takes Marlowe's lightsaber. And as he holds it out, he activates it. You guys see the violet blade. Hurricane. Interesting. I've not seen many of these. Deactivates the blade, gives it back to Esther. It seems that some of our newest students have had some experience with combat. Yes. It should be quite interesting. I'm trying to keep the masters different, but they are very. I'm not a professional voice actor. Bear with me. They always have an accent. Twi'leks always have an accent. I love. What's his name? Jonathan Davis's, because he does them with a French accent, and it works so well. But I can't do a French accent. Especially as female Twi'lek in Deception, in Annihilation. It's really convincing. At least I think it's Jonathan Davis that did that book. Like, it was like every time she spoke, it was like, yeah, this, you just pictured this female Twi'lek in your head. He did it so well. But professional voice actors generally can do the mid to female voice fairly well. So yeah, he stands up and he addresses you and he fires off. I need to get a couple of notes up on this one. A second. There we go. Sith code. So he speaks to all of you quite loudly. His voice is sort of unnaturally amplified. The first thing he says is he utters the Sith code. How many of you are going to be familiar? This is going to be a low DC, but I want to know how many of you are already familiar with this. So could each of you give me a lore check?
I'm not even going to roll. We've rolled how much I know about the Sith, and we found out.
You did fuck all, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you've heard these words before. You're not necessarily familiar. You couldn't do it from memory, but you do recognize it. Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. And through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall set me free. These are not just words. It is a philosophy. One that you must learn if you expect to succeed. For those of you who are new to the Academy, the rules are quite simple. Rivalry is good. It's very much the nature of the dark side for us to compete with one another. This is good. However, you must not kill another student. You must not impede the progress of another. And outside of the dueling arena, outside of challenges, official challenges, you must not fight one another. Is this understood? And they all sort of murmur together, yes, master. And just, yes, master. Carry on with it. General sort of murmur.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, master. It's like the school kid, yeah, here.
The first thing one must learn before they can even wield a lightsaber. When a Force-sensitive fights a Force-sensitive, the opportunity to merely snap another's neck. So much easier than a blade, no? The first thing we must learn is to protect ourselves from another's Force attacks. It must become second nature. The moment a threat, you bring up this Force barrier to protect yourself. That's the only way to get to penetrate one's barrier is through a blade. That is why we use the blades. Now, a couple of you are quite new to this. So he calls out a few students' names. Come forth, come forth, come forth, come forth. Leaving only you guys who have just arrived on Korriban, including Sirac himself. And he looks to Sirac and he calls out Sirac's name. And Sirac also joins that group. He calls the Foha, says to Foha, take them through Form 3. Start them on Form 1 techniques. Basic movements. Let's see how much foundation do you have. The rest of you, I want to see you be able to protect against my force attacks before you are able to wield a blade. And he goes through each into... I'm not going to get too much into the sort of detail of this one, but he sort of brings you into sort of a case of meditation as you stand. He explains about allowing the force to flow through you. Talks about channeling your emotions. And then using that emotion, then you push the force out at you, just a few feet in front of you, to envelop you. And as he's going down and he's sort of sensing each of you do this, he's good. And he looks to the sort of Twi'lek. Push. Are you scared, little one? No, master? You reek of fear. Use it to fuel your anger. Use the anger to push. Throw it in. Push. And you can see a sort of concentration on her face, and she starts to push out. And he just flicks his wrist, and she just gets fucking belted back. The wind knocks straight out of her about sort of 20 foot. Weak. Turns to you, Alexander. Can you give me a... What would this be? As a force
ability check?
Yeah, give me a spellcasting ability check.
My spellcasting ability check?
Yeah, so charisma or wisdom.
Charisma.
Ooh!
Damn!
She's looking at you.
Is that a save?
And so he looks... no, it's just a general check. He looks at you. Good. Oh, because it's charisma, there's a lot of anger that's coming behind this. Good. Yes. I can see you've done this before, Alexander. Go join the others. Take a training lightsaber. Turns to you, Marlo. Let's get a force casting. Let's get a force casting check from you. So he sort of pushes at you. It's not a flick of the wrist this time. This time he does give it a good oomph. You feel it. You feel it. It hits this barrier, and it breaches through a bit and knocks you back, but you're able to stay steady on your feet. Good. Keep practicing. Tunes to you, Kato. Can I get a... since you're a pure guardian, I'm going to say do this with... do this if you feel it. Give you a strength check, but let's get a force casting check. So either wisdom or charisma roll.
They are the exact same. Charisma and strength. 14. Yeah. He pushes quite hard into it. You feel it take the brunt of it, but it does tear and it hits you. Can you give me a strength save, please? Of course. Strength.
Oh.
Yeah. So this force barrier absorbs the brunt of it, right? So you don't get like absolutely catapulted back, but as it sort of hits through you, you sort of brace it and take it onto your body. As it hits you, your feet slide back, but you miss. You sort of like your foot sort of catches and you stumble and fall backwards. you land prone. You're not injured. Good. Get in there. You're a
Really?
strong one. Don't rely on strength.
Very-
Strength is an advantage, but it gives you an edge. You need the dark side to truly be strong. Keep practicing. And as he goes through a few of these, eventually Marlo and Kato are also asked to join the rest of the group, where you're going to be going through base form 4. Can you guys give me, as you just go through basic formation, you guys give me 3 attack rolls each? That's Alexander, Marlo, and Kato.
Wait.
Is this? Should we just use our basic like weapon attacks or?
Yeah. So it's attacks with proficiency. You're proficient with sabers.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna use light axe then.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
Alright, I roll next so that they are not jumbled up.
Is that +2 valid?
It's from Gemso because I have 2 fighting styles.
Gemso gives damage, not attack roll, no? Oh no, it is attack, yes. Sorry.
Okay, I will use my light katana after this. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3. Oh no!
Ew.
Oh no!
Yes, you see the balance. You're not planted on the force barrier, it was bound to happen.
No, I'm screwed.
Not strictly.
Not for now.
I rolled worse than you totally, so like you're not screwed. Like it's 14, 13, 27, 25.
So an average of 17, an average of 22, and an average of 17. So yeah, you guys, you get a lot of nods of improvement through your techniques. Alexander, you do kind of overextend with this one particular technique that maybe it was a part of your sort of training, them basic lightsaber training that maybe overlooked back at the temple. You start to get the sense that this technique was perfectly fine. I was told that I'd do this really well, but as Kazim points out, that every single time he explains to you that everything must be tighter. It's all going to be single tempo. At the moment, you are blocking and then attacking. You got to block and attack simultaneously. These milliseconds make a difference. You get the sort of sense that back at Coruscant, where you trained at that temple, that things are done at a completely different level here. However, all 3 of you shown that you've had quite a lot of training. So there was a little bit of correction there with Alexander, but other than that, pretty much everything else you've been doing for the entire thing has been pretty spot on. All 3 of you have done quite well. You definitely, as you're looking towards your fellow students, you think, fuck, we 3 are in the upper echelon here.
I've been good, in the top tier or something before. This is the first time.
Marlo looks at the others and is like, yep, checks out.
Esther, can I get an insight roll from you, please, as you're going to be observing the combat?
Insight.
Take notes.
13. Yeah, you could see a few people a few students eyeing up the newbies. There's a couple that look a bit threatened. There's a couple of them who are looking at them with the hungry eyes. But you can't really piece together the dynamic per se, but there is an awful lot going on there, more going on there than just, lightsaber practice.
I was going to say, when the ones who got flung across the room, I wanted to hop across and help them up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're helping up, but she seems sort of like,
And as they get them up, I'm going to reach to my coat and I'm going to pull out. This is on my character sheet and has been on my character sheet the whole time. A painted egg.
Painted egg. Okay.
The Easter Bunny.
Have an egg in these trying times.
Does the egg do anything?
No, it's just a hard-boiled egg
No
painted.
egg.
Painted egg. She looks sort of curiously at the egg as she sort of takes it in her hand. You get this sort of sense from her though that she's not broken by this. In fact, it's this child in this sort of humiliation in that sort of moment had sort of steeled a resolve. That fear very quickly did turn to anger after being sort of like smited like that, and she too, not long after you three. She seems to sort of get the grips of it. But her and her and about sort of 2 other students are still there practicing this the entire time. But she does seems to be getting the sort of grip of it. She's not weak. She's just young.
Yeah.
But she does thank you for the egg. It seems a bit sort of perplexed, like not knowing what the fuck else to say. Sort of painted boiled egg. Fucking hell. The Easter Bunny. I love it.
Did anyone get when I said that my full name was Esther von the Booties?
Yep. Esther Bunny. Yep.
Easter. Esther the bunny. It's memes. It's just memes with you, isn't it? Fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is the sort of campaign that's gonna be.
Especially a bunny with a fucking... The token says it all. Is this a serious character? Have you seen the token?
This is a serious character. I wanted to play this particular race.
Effort into this. He put effort into his character.
There's
backstory.
effort in this.
I've got 11 painted eggs left, and I have artist supplies if I need to make more.
Amazing. So okay, so you guys, you do get the sort of basics. You get a sort of feel of where you are. Yeah, because I think a few of you already have specialist lightsaber forms. I know Kato would do because you'd have your subclass now, and Marlo, you have your Guardian subclass as well. So you guys
I don't have my Guardian subclass, however, I do have DMSO from the background feat.
Okay, so you're familiar with a few forms. So you haven't quite found your form yet, is the long and short of it. But you do seem to show a bit of promise in Jimso. So cool. But yeah, a lot of that you see with the more advanced students, there's like a sort of prompting is to like take this form, this sort of, because like for Foha is like use this is a more of aggressive form that relies on brute strength an awful lot, and it's a couple of people that maybe a couple of the smaller ones use this one that's relies on defense and conserves your energy to basically just burn out the opponent before you finish them off. There's there's forms that kind of suit. There's a form for almost every shape and size, and with the more advanced students, he's trying to find the one that masters it. Kato, you already prove your sort of self as you're sort of going through this that maybe a little bit of rusty and needs a little bit of prompting, but your knowledge of forms are pretty up there, and you've got a good mastery of one of them as well. So now we move over to the challenges. Are any of you going to issue a challenge? Let's see.
Yes.
Like with the swiftness of that one, so Marlo offers a challenge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Insert name of B tier.
Yeah, B tier. Grabbing somebody from the B tier. Okay. All right. So let's get let's get an initiative order going up here then.
With the initiative, I am already
Actually,
casting my first ability, which is heightened sense.
Yep. So you get advantage on this one.
Yep.
Out of interest, how close to this arena can I get?
Ah, what a
Oh,
good advantage.
yeah, you should. That's good that you cast that. That's much better.
Indeed.
I'm gonna use Gran.
That would have been really
I'm gonna use Dran Groma for this one because.
God, boss,
Everybody
what are
needs
you
to roll
doing here?
Initiative or just Marlo?
What? 1 second.
Everybody needs to roll initiative.
No. There's only two fighting.
I mean, This is the thing. Depending on how close to the arena I can get, I can potentially help in a social way without it no mattering.
Cheerleader.
Maybe. What's the
Get
dex
yellow
on this
pom
guy?
poms out.
Just give me a distance, Taffy. Depending on the distance, will depend if I can do it or not.
I'd say you could probably get like within. I would say within what's that in feet? I was going to say you could probably get within like sort of 20, 30 meters.
20, 30 meters in feet.
90 feet.
25 meters in feet.
75.
80 foot. You can get 80 foot from it.
Yeah, no, that's way too far. I need to be a bit closer than that to do my social skills, so no.
Okay.
God damn, you are. You got 17. You got 16.
Let's get a couple of rolls on this bad boy then. Oh god. Alright. So 21 plus probably 8. Okay. Alright, we're good. So yeah, there's a selection of training sabers. Are you using a two-handed or a one-handed or what have you got in there? There's only really so much selection you got.
Two-handed. It's the great saber. So like just like a regular, just larger. Two-handed one.
All right, yeah, there'll be a great lightsaber on this one. Okay, so let's go ahead on this one. So yeah, make your first attack, I suppose.
Yeah, as a part of the same reaction, I like speed up to him immediately in seconds as well. And with a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Force Focus.
Okay.
And let me just
Like the better.
need to click the modifiers. And then I'm gonna, as my action, I'm gonna use the cantrip Force Technique.
Okay.
Bam.
14.
Hello.
14 would hit.
Alright. That's gonna be 20 damage right now, and he's pushed away 10 feet because of my staggering stratagem. And he's got the booming blade effect for 10 damage if he moves.
Okay.
And I'm
so-
waiting, opening myself up, like, come here.
Okay. So yeah, as you sort of like step up really quickly, like like the VTM celerity just straight up, bang! He brings his blade to sort of guard this attack, but you just almost blow through it. You knock him back. He stumbles, gets up to his feet. You could see its arms. His arms are looking pretty sore at the moment. And there is a genuine fear in this guy's eyes. He's
By the
gonna.
way, you don't have the custom emote activated, so I'm gonna just use I don't know, this one for concentration.
Okay. So he's gonna have a swingaroo back.
So,
Well, he's gonna
wait,
step-
so he moves closer to me?
Yeah, he's gonna have to move sort of closer.
That's 10 damage.
No, he takes the 10 damage. So as you sort of blow through it, as he sort of steps back, you realize that the blade actually hit his torso. The body sort of goes limp. He drops the saber and clutches his torso as his breathing just goes shallow and collapses on the floor. One strike just absolutely fucking decimated him.
Well, that was a waste of a power. And I
You get a nod of approval from Kazim.
drop
Who the
concentration.
fuck's pinging me and why?
Fucking ping me. Which communist little ping me?
I have car now. Oh, so my cousin's like, you coming down? Yes, I'm coming down, but later. Okay. Any other challenges?
Yes, me.
Oh, okay. Who are you going for?
Do I go B or you know what? Fuck it. Let the dice decide. Even is B, odd is A.
Okay. All right, you're
With
going
B.
for a B tier as well. Okay, this is not going to... Just throw up an initiative. I don't need turn order. That's nonsense. Pointless.
Probably shouldn't stand out too much. Is probably a good idea as well. Cause.
Yeah.
Wait, so are we not doing initiative or?
Yeah, roll initiative. I'm just not going to use the turn order.
Okay. Because there's only 2. 18.
Yeah, you're also going first on this one as well. So, force barrier up, and then off you go. What have you got? A two-handed or something? So, like I said, use standard 5e stuff like greatsword, longsword.
Did they have a great axe or something equivalent to that, or great sword?
No, that's an extremely exotic weapon. So you'll be able to use a greatsword.
Okay.
So there's a two-handed. That is a two-handed lightsaber. Or training blade.
Great sword. It's strength. Hold on. Put in all this shit. Damn it. It's 2d6 plus strength. That plus heavy, so another plus 2. And then it's energy damage. Let's go with attack. No, this is a B tier. That's a waste. Need a hit.
That's definitely going to hit.
I will spend 2 force points to do a force empowered strike.
Okay.
What? That is not right at all. Clicked force empowered strike. Why did it not add it?
I don't know. What? Just roll it separate. What is it? 2 force points. That's a 2d8, isn't it? Just roll 2d8.
That's an extra plus 2 because it's heavy, by the way. Sorry. Flash roll 2d8.
You're not going to get those properties on there.
Oh, it doesn't get it. Okay, in that case, it's fine. So that's
20 again.
And second hit.
Oh, you get an extra attack as well. Oof.
Boom.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, that's it. It's over. So again, whereas Marlowe seems to rely immensely on speed of his attacks, you have a far more brutish approach, but certainly not any less effective. So as you sort of step in, you come down with a swing as he sort of brings his blade up. You swing up to your almost with a false edge, and you crack him in the side of the neck. It would have easily have been a decapitation if this was legit. The following sort of blow then, which was like with lightning speed, as you hit this, you sort of went, as you come down, you went bump, bang, and immediately come with a downward swing then as his blade had dropped to try and block the strike that had already hit. As he's immediately firing off instinct, you've come down onto his forearm and snap his arm. There's a definite sound of bone breaking. He screams in agony as he's sort of clutching his arm, and then as the poison takes its effect very quickly in the neck, and he's passed out. There's a few of the sort of on hands there just cart this guy off immediately to the infirmary to get him breathing. As the other one has already headed off to the infirmary as well, but both of you just absolutely decimated your opponents. Clearly, you guys are in the upper echelon. You've made a name for yourselves. Is Alexander getting in the action as well?
Yes, I want to fight.
So there's one more on the sort of B listeners left over, as you guys I think are probably a weaker target on this one, or are you going for someone else? What are you going for?
I want an A boy.
You going for? All right.
Go for
I
one of
want
the
the
Rax
A
underlings.
boy.
Yeah.
So we're going for Foha. Wait, so what we have in there is going to be, yeah. So it's going to be Foha, Loki, or Yevra. So do you want to have a go at one of Sirac's underlings, or we're going to go for Foha?
Forha.
Going for Foha. I gotta get the name what he is.
Well,
A McCurth.
God bless. Let's fight this.
I'm going for Foha.
Yeah.
Ballsy. And second.
Well, we will try our luck.
Okay.
I feel like the force is with me this time.
We're going to go. All right. Roll initiative.
Ooh, nice.
You will go first.
Yeah, I'm going
Oh,
first.
give me 1 second. Hang on. 1 second, guys.
Okay. I am scared, but at the same time, I'm feeling lucky this time.
Yeah, I was going for a B ranker because there was at least a chance we are not getting a fracture, but this way, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's probably. I was like, I was kind of glad that we landed on B tier. I was like, oh yeah, we're not really meant to be doing too much here at the moment. We might have accidentally messed up a little bit, Marlo.
Well, wish me good luck, guys.
Oh, yeah, but then again, it's in the character for Marlo as well, so if it's in the character, then yeah, I had to do.
Okay. So, yeah, you'll be going first on this one.
Okay. I need to do my strategy right now, so I need to look on my sheet very quick. So, because I have the versatile style and I have a versatile weapon, so first of all, I'm going to use a two-handed. First two-handed attack, a second two-handed attack. If they missed, can you please tell me? Because
They are in fact going to miss.
okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to use one hand. And for that, okay.
Is that a thing you can do?
Yeah, versatile style. If you miss with two-handed, you can use your bonus action.
Ah, cool. Okay.
Okay, let me just
Roll some numbers.
see something. Okay, What?
Yeah, roll the damage then.
Yeah, okay.
Roll me some numbers.
Do I need for the force and power self? Do I need bonus action or what? Or just I can do it?
For some power strike, you just spend the force points and that's it.
Okay, a force point, and I'm going to use for the double strike. So
Can you do? Do you have forced? I thought you were at Sentinel.
yeah, I have.
Well, you won't have forced empowered strikes then.
No, it's force and power.
That's only
self.
Guardian.
That's Guardian
Yeah,
thing.
that's for the guardian. Force and power self. A 1d6 I need to roll slash.
Oh, forced empowered self.
1d6.
What's that?
And it's on 14. AFC for now.
God, some of these are broken. Oh wait, no, sorry. I'm reading the names and not reading what they actually are. Never mind.
Yeah, AFC.
Okay. 1 second, Majobi.
If you are using Gordon the lightsabers, I'm going to use my strategy.
Why am I
17.
rolling? I should may as well just. Why am I rolling? Just a waste of time.
Okay. It's going to hit.
I'll suffice. Okay. Right. Yeah, I'm just doing that. Okay, so what is that D6? So there's something that's like the bardic inspiration bloody thing you can do.
Yeah.
So it's 14 damage. So what are the damage of the weapon? Oh, you've got it there. 8 and then plus 6, so it does 14 damage. Cool, awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, you throw out sort of 3 attacks. You tap, and then he just very casually just sort of parries these first 2 attacks as he takes a sort of step back. and then you release to one-handed to get that extra reach for that lunge. And he very quickly he awkwardly just manages to catch that weapon. He's going to follow up with his own attacks. That is going to be I'm trying to think of the math on this one now. That's going to be a +7 on that one. So that's going to hit. That's going to be 21.
Okay.
And a 18 to hit. I'm guessing both of those are going to hit.
Yeah. Okay.
19.
Okay. That was terrible damage. So that's going to be 7 damage.
Okay.
And the second one is also going to be 7 damage as well.
14. Okay.
So he fires back at these, and you just manage just to sort of clip both of these there.
Okay.
He sort of looks at you with a sort of smile. Okay, we got to fight, yeah.
Okay. Let's try. It's my turn now, right?
Yep. Your turn.
Let's. Whew.
A turn.
Okay, let's do this. Leroy Jenkins style. So.
As you two sort of like from that exchange there, he's sort of pacing around you with his sort of lightsaber down the sort of low guard. He's looking at you, sort of snarling.
Okay.
It's like a very sort of deep rumbling roar coming from him.
Okay. I have a question. When it's going to be his turn, before you're going to roll the attacks, can I roll please for the defense, force, and power self? Like to put some kinetic combat for my AC next time.
Is that a feature you can do?
Yeah.
Well then, yes, you can do it. If it's a feature, you can do it.
When you're targeted by one of an attack, you can roll a kinetic combat die and add it to your AC in action.
Okay.
Okay. So right now, 1. Fuck. Okay. Going to use the versatile style, so bonus action 1. And I'm going to use one more this one. Ooh, and I'm going to use the kinetic die.
Yep.
For this, so this is the damage slash.
So you're gonna double that kinetic die as well, so it'd be 2d6 on that.
2d6.
Because crit. Nice. So 14 plus that's 22 damage. Yeah, you in this exchange you batter him back. He's looking a little bit sort of you sort of feel sort of weaknesses in his defense this time. He's very strong, very aggressive, but kind of leaves himself open a little bit. However, it's his time to attack.
I will roll. Sorry to interrupt. I will roll for the defense if it's okay. For the first attack. So 1d6, it's 2. Okay, so 18.
You're 18 AC. He's going to miss with his first attack. He's going to hit with that one, however.
Okay, if he's going to miss, if he's going to miss with the first attack, I'm going to use my Makashic form and. Fuck! I missed.
That's not going to hit. And
At least
that's going to be
tried.
8 plus 4. That's going to be 12 damage to you there, sir.
Okay.
And this time he's going to put a bit of spit on this as well.
Okay.
Oh, another guardian ability.
Yep. Well, they got to have something. With an additional 10, this one hits hard, almost blows through your guard.
Okay.
Your arm's feeling a little bit sore on this one. It sort of twinged your wrist a bit. Okay, you don't know how many more exchanges you can go, but let's see if you can exploit one of these weaknesses that you saw. That's an additional 10. I think that puts you down to 2 hit points. So
2 hit points?
yeah, you're down to 2 hit points. It's an additional 10 damage on that. So
okay. We cannot use force powers, right?
It's probably not going to work in this sort of context. I'm going to play it to the sort of Legends canon, so the force barrier is going to come up, so you're going to have to push through that. So they'll have advantage on the save. It's kind of like force technique kind of thing, I suppose. So it's
but I can damage with some. It's attacks. Their attacks, not.
Yeah, it's up to you. You want to go yeet diddly deet and go for the force technique? Go for it.
Let's do the lightsaber stuff. So 1.
That's going to hit.
2.
That's going to hit.
Okay. And I'm going to use for the first one my
How many of those dice do you have?
what?
How many of those dice
Oh,
do you?
sorry, no more. I don't have no more.
Okay.
Okay. So
It's gonna be raw
I'm going
damage.
to I'm going to roll the damage. 13 and 8.
Yeah, you. Okay, so you step into this sort of flurry. You,
Okay,
you step in. You see that sort of weakness. You faint.
Okay.
Well, you want to do this, do you?
Second. No, it's not going to work. I wanted to push him back, but it's going to be pointless.
Yes. So as you sort of again, you step in, you go for this weakness. You feel in your sort of wrist feeling a bit sort of tinge. You think, I don't know how many of those blows I can take. I'm probably if I allow this guy to attack again, he's going to get through my defense. I have to finish him now. So in a spirit of desperation, you step in again with two beautiful attacks. As you notice that his guard, even though he holds his guard, the way that he holds his guard, he exposes his legs an awful lot, especially that he uses sort of broader strides to cover larger ground, which exposes his ankles. So as you feint an attack up top, you come down and you catch him in the ankle, which disables his leg. As he drops down to one knee, as he brings his arm out to balance himself, to stop himself from falling, you bring the blade down on his arm. There is a definite sort of crack. You think you've cracked a bone in that one, but either way, you've disabled the limb with the toxins, and he drops the saber.
Okay. So, did I won?
He won. You're gonna finish him off.
Do I need to kill him?
You don't have to. You don't kill him, no.
Oh.
Like finish him off in what way?
Just give him one like smack to the side of the head, because fuck it. I don't know. It's up to you. Or you could just sort of step away and just go like that. This fight's
Can
over.
I cut his head?
You're gonna smack him in the side of the head. Give it an attack roll.
Okay, like a weapon roll or?
Yeah, a weapon attack roll.
Okay, with one hand.
He doesn't have his lightsaber. He doesn't have the training saber to defend itself, but he brings his arm up to sort of protect his head. You break his you break his other arm, and he sort of collapses at this point because he steps in. Enough!
I'm going to designate the lightsaber just like Dooku. I'm going to kneel to my master.
Mm-hmm.
I did it!
So he looks to Foha. Get yourself to the infirmary. And he just sort of like carts himself off with two broken arms after the infirmary to get fixed up with backdoor. Cool. And there we have it. Exactly 3 hours into it.
Okay, I destroyed an A-man.
Bane, which makes me concerned.
Throughout this, you do learn there is no Bane in the academy.
Oh. Not yet?
Not yet. Bane hasn't arrived yet. You are 5 years prior to the thought bomb, and Bane is not here.
That's
Interesting.
problematic.
You can have these conversations in your heads. You are sort of bound.
Yeah.
You are tethered. So you, by all means, can have a conversation that is had in a manner that no one other than who went back via the machine would be able to hear it.
Yeah. Well, I had fun, to be honest.
You were hyping up this academy so much, and here I am destroying them. If Bane is as strong as you said in this context, I should just go and fight him.
Don't be very arrogant, my friend. I think
You gotta bear in mind, Fohar is like just barely a name here kind of thing. And yeah, he nearly did sort of Alexander on that. You do get a sort of sense from the Fohar fight that he did somewhat hold back as well. He underestimated you. You don't know if you'll be able to have repeat. You're probably going to get challenged by Fohar in the future for him to sort of get his salty run back.
That's salty
Okay.
rum, man.
Okay.
You only
Well,
used
but
one force and fuse strike into her in that fight. If you used one more, you would have been.
Oh
it would
yeah,
have been
no,
over.
he could have killed you.
Yep.
It's only until you managed to sort of like make him sort of stutter a bit that he decided to sort of go all out with his attacks. So, yeah, that is it. We shall conclude the session. Not as much for following on this one as it is for the improv one. It's probably a little bit difficult because we're not really quite getting the rhythm of it, so it seems a little bit sort of slow and not moving so much. Maybe, I don't know. Just keep going, see how it develops.
Time at the start.
It's also because it's Star Wars as well. I suppose it's not the straight D&D. Maybe a difference as well. Who knows? Who cares? Those who are in the chat, please hang about while we go raid someone. Make a lot of noise and fuss. You get extra 250 points if you join us on a Saturday morning. We do an entirely improvised campaign where you guys, using channel points, can influence the game, attack players, attack enemies, force encounters, various different, create NPCs. And it's as chaos as it sounds, probably more chaotic actually looking at the story so far. I think somebody disappeared for half hour and they went from like, Jesus, last time we were looking at this, you had some gold-eating sort of friendly mimic and trying to subvert devil tax accountants. And now you're in some giant bee's nest talking to an Obi-Wan, which is some angel with a beard passing themselves off as a queen bee to try and maintain the status quo. It's fucking wild. Come join if you're awake. Come join. If not, set your alarm clock. Just get involved. It's a giggle. But stick around for the raid. You get 250 points to spend on chaos there. Definitely worth it, I'd say.
How many points did we get for this session? Like in terms of
everybody had a part, yes. Yeah, let's have a look at this because I want to start using this to see how I need to tweak it when it comes to turning it to.
That's the whole point of this.
Yeah, Star Wars 5e level, in we go. So definitely, I'd say session year's rumor. Has the potential for rumor here. So, but nothing major about that. You're not invisible. You're kind of showing yourselves. You're certainly strong. You stand out a bit. There's no connections. No doubt they're going to be running checks and things like this using sort of what intel they have with the Jedi. I'm going to see you're missing. Kato, you have an excuse because did you actually show Cordis your holocron? I did ask you, but you kind of like matrixing, blinking out.
Yeah, he's just like, oh yeah, no, I'm not in contact with it anymore. Don't know what happened, man.
Okay, so you didn't show the holocron. That would have been quite amazing. It would have been quite amazing. It certainly would have like removed any mystery around you as well, because it kind of like it kind of like ends the story of where Kato comes from. Your master was a holocron. It'll also make you look awesome as well, but it means there's no further background exploration there. It's a case of guy who is force sensitive stumbled upon a holocron, and now we have Kato, and that's basically the whole story.
Don't want them to have less information they have about me, the better.
Yeah. I mean, as far as when it comes to Marlo and Alexander, there's certainly going to be running checks and stuff, which is going to be, obviously your records do not exist with Coruscant, which obviously got limited information on it, but they do have spies, obviously. But they're not going to find anything on you two because, well, you two are not born yet. Not for like 1,000 fucking years. So, certainly rumor. Not quite ended on the sense of sort of mystery at the moment. There are other force organizations that you may have came from as well. There are sort of like non-orthodox Jedi organizations you may have come from. Yeah, I'm going to go with rumor on that one. So 2 points for that one. The session is going to be 1 point. And everybody did have a role in this one. Everybody did something. Esther was doing a sort of reconnaissance. You three was sort of like making yourselves into it and establishing your sort of position and pack and roll within the academy, which is kind of interesting. So that's going to be 4 points there for you guys. So I think you're on a total of 6 points, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
6 points.
6 points.
Nice.
Nice. Cool. All right, let's go raid somebody. Dungeons and Dragons. Let's find somebody that's not playing a game, so that way, chat can have a conversation with them. What's this? World building with careful cantrip. We've had careful cantrip before. Armanderi. I just love D&D, man. All right. Homebrew and world building with Mindari, or careful cantrip world building for dummies. What do you guys fancy? Actually, careful cantrip has only just started, so we'll grab them.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Should be able to raid from here, right? Yes. Raid. Careful cantrip. And it kind of sucks that we can't have like official Star Wars music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Disney will just claim us like, oh, that belongs to us now. They're so litigious. It's ridiculous. Anyway, cheers for turning up. Hopefully I'll see you guys on Saturday morning for the chaos. Or not, I'll see you again same time next week. Anybody else want to do a shout out? No?
Not to have anything. Right
No,
now.
okay, cool. Other than that, if you want to play some games with us as well, this eventually is going to become a Westmarch run through the Tabletop arcade. Our shady links below. You can come join the arcade and roll some dice and share some memes with us. Other than that, cheers.
Bye-bye.
It was fun. See ya.
And we are reading.
And spam the raid.
Okay, let's close the camera.
But I
Thank
feel
you.
like,
Thank
oh
you,
my
Dan,
gosh.
for the...
Calvary keeps coming left, right, and center today. Top down arcade. Welcome in, my friends. How are
Yeah,
you?
thanks, Dad, for the session. It
How
was
your
really
stream?
fun.
How are you guys doing?
you.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. For those of you joining,
almost
I'm
killed somebody
D&D.
in this
This is
session.
Careful Cantrip. We do a whole bunch
You
of
almost
D&D
got
stuff on here.
killed.
Glad to have you
Well,
here. What are
my
you guys working on?
strategies
What are you
don't
doing?
doing?
work. My
Stay off to a
strategies
great
don't
start.
work. Well,
Top down?
I love.
Did I say top down by
versatile.
accident? I'm sorry.
I love
I'm
being
I'm
versatile.
still a little sick, guys. I'm
It's
still a
such
little
a
out of it. My
broken-
apologies.
such a
Tabletop arcade.
technique,
Sorry
man.
about that.
It-
And good. We
It's
did get a
valid
shout out
bard,
for you.
but
in
better.
there.
Taffy
My
said it the
apologies.
best.
Yeah.
It's been a rough one. I'm
And
coming
the-
off
and the
sickness
fact
and
that the
hell of a game last
versatile
night.
style is so broken, like two-handed, and you can.
But yeah,
if you
how was your
misstep
guys'
on
stream?